Wouldn't it be funny if I just started streaming and didn't say anything at all and told you guys nothing in advance and just did the whole stream silently? That'd be intriguing, wouldn't it? Just watch me sort all the Umas into their tier list without saying a single word. Honestly, that might be a strat for someday if we're trying to get through something really quickly. But the strat might be, I just shut up and I just move things into areas. Like if I were to do like a Pokemon tier list for every single Pokemon, I would have to just be like, bam, one, there's another one. Okay, there's the other one, there's the next one. Because we would never get through it otherwise, because how many Pokemon are there total right now? There's about to probably be like another 100 too. But there's like several hundred, a lot. And then occasional zoom to your face. Yeah, just nothing, silence, me nodding along, shaking my head. Over 1,000? Oh God. Yeah, I would have to be quick about it. I would have to be very quick about it. I'd have to treat it like, Joby and I watched, very quickly, or not very quickly, watched the beginning of Markiplier's Pokemon Smasher Pass. That's the kind of thing that I would never do. I would never participate in something of that nature because I'm too say-so for that, and I would, have the combined neurodivergence and asexuality that would create the fastest one of those streams ever. It'd be pass. There would be nothing but pass. Never mind. 1,025 total. I mean, 1,025 is a lot. And we're getting a new region, right? We're getting the Wind and Waves or something? Weewa? You've heard of Woowa, Wuthering Waves. Now get ready for Weewa. Wind Waves. There'll be more for that too, though. Yeah. Precisely. Love or don't. Yeah, it'd be, there's people who do ones that's like a say-so version where it's like, oh wait, no, that's not say-so. That's just to say nice, something nicer than pass. Because people do smash or hug, but no, that wouldn't work for me either. You gotta remove that part. I always thought smash or pass for Pokemon was odd. I think it is so truly peculiar. It is strange to me. Those are animals. Those creatures do not pass the Harkness test. Therefore, every single one of them pass. We could do like a speed mode like crit where it was like I just put it in a tier and just say that word and that's it, and I do not elaborate at all. Although you know me, I have to elaborate. I can't not elaborate. I love elaborating. The strangeness is part of the funny. I guess that is part of what it is that people make like wild off the wall picks. Mewtwo does, he talks into my mind. I see, okay, so maybe there's a couple ones that pass the Harkness test, but not enough, and still Mewtwo still pass. No thanks, I'm good. Maybe you had them in a team or not. Team or trade? Does that work? Team or trade? How about that? Pat or pass? Pat as in you would pet it. I guess that could also, well, I mean, I'd pat most of them. Team or trade is good? Okay, hang on, I'm writing this down. Oh, my finger is bleeding everywhere. I'm not writing this down. I lied to you, I'm getting a tissue. Why is my finger bleeding? Ah! Oh my god, 60-day streak? Jeez, Amber. Huh? Yeah, I don't know what happened. My eczema got like real incredibly bad in the last like 2 to 3 weeks for some reason, and I don't know why. It got really bad. The weather's like nice out now. Maybe it was because of the blizzard situation we were in for like half of February, but like, ow. So I think my middle finger just split down the side. Like not even on the top or the front, it's like down the side. Ouch! How'd I come into chaos? I don't know what you expected. This is a Squiiji stream, which by the way, hi, I'm Squiiji. I don't know if you knew that. Nice to meet you. I'm a freelance artist fungi. I'm also an art educator. I'm also going to be doing an Umamusume character design tier list at some point once I stop bleeding and stop talking about Pokemon. Pokemon. Team or trade? Ha 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 ha. I really gotta work on not elaborating. I feel like I need more tiers than that because just separating things into one or the other might be kind of hard. But yeah, I don't know. Do a team or trade? Okay. We'll see. We'll see about a team or trade. My exam ended early this year. It usually lasts from October to April, but it ended in February. Man, lucky you. Mine didn't kick in until a little bit later. Mine didn't kick in until I think like November. But man, usually it's pretty cleared up by this point in the year, but right now it is bad. I do touch a lot more water with my new work right now, and I do wash my hands a lot more because of it, so I think that's why. I think that's it. Counterpoint, the need for speed of judging. That's true. I would have to rely on 2 categories to not say things, but is like that interesting enough for all of you? Is it interesting to watch me say 2 words for hours? I guess people did it and made videos of it anyway, but like I feel like maybe it's just because I wouldn't watch that kind of video that I don't know if you guys would, but maybe you guys would watch that kind of video. I had the realization today that I pretty much just watch Vine Sauce. And that's like it. So like I don't know what most people watch as videos. Jovi and I watch Mythbusters. I watch Vine Sauce. I watch whenever there's like a VTubing like big RP event thing, and like that's it. Other counterpoint, you will inevitably say stuff. I know. I guess that is a fair counterpoint. I can't not. I'll see if I can limit myself to like a sentence per Pokemon maybe. Although honestly, watching Markiplier was funny because watching his face was good. So maybe we'll see. Maybe. Watch a lot of Evan and Caitlin. I haven't watched them in a minute. I used to watch a lot of Evan and Caitlin too, but I haven't caught up with them in a little bit. I'll have to check out what they're doing. Sentence would make sense. Yeah, we'll see if I can limit down to a sentence. Maybe. Oh, we're talking eczema. Mine's so bad right now. Palms are peeling. No! Mine is usually just isolated to my fingies and my eyes. That's usually about it. Oh, Nocturne! Oh my god, 9 months! Congrats! That's enough time to have another human child. What do you mean another? Is there already a human child? But welcome back! I hope you've enjoyed your gestation period worth of rotation. Also, Mythbusters remains peak. It does. I love them. They're so funny. I wanted to go for Halloween as the Heineman this year, and Joby vetoed me. We went as vampires instead. Next year I'll win. Next year I can be the Heineman for Halloween. I want to wear a bald cap and a giant mustache and a funny little beret. I want to be the Heineman. Have you mentioned during stream what your new job is in? Understandable if you're not going to share. I've mentioned vaguely what it is that I do, but I can't tell you like incredible amount of specifics with it. I work in I work to sort of operate and maintain laser cutters, 3D printers, a vinyl cutter, water jet cutter, CNC, a couple little wood shop things, for essentially like an art department. There is a surprising amount of teaching I'm doing right now too, which was not on the job description, but I don't mind it. I like getting to help out. So I'm getting to run critiques and provide help to students in their 3D modeling programs, which are like Rhino and Blender and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. I will say, having said that, just bringing that into the conversation, I'm so tired. I've been so worn out. I realized that for what it's worth, including my commute times, I am now doing work and or not home for I think 52 to 54 hours a week. I'm so tired. I'm wearing myself out a little bit. I thought I'd be adapting a little bit more, but this might just be the new normal of EG just has to be sleepy and has to understand why everybody drinks coffee. I can't drink coffee. I just have to take it full force and just deal with being a little sleepy. I'll be okay. I won't burn myself out, don't worry. I'm enjoying doing the work though, which is why I don't mind. But when I am at work, I am standing and running around and talking to people and putting out fires for 9 hours straight. I have a lunch break, but it is a working lunch break because if it was not a working lunch break, nothing would get done. Yeah, my first month at work, I napped every day for 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, I don't blame you. Maybe I should try that. Maybe I should do a little bit of nap. Yeah. 2 types of positions at once is tough. Yeah, and they're very different positions too. So, but at the same time, both the positions I work in do require me to be constantly interacting with people. So I think the #1 thing that's happening is just that my social battery is getting drained. So like, I'll feel bad. Like, Joby will get home from work, or actually, Joby gets home from work before me now. Joby gets home or finishes up around 4. I don't get home until like 6:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you know, I stream till 6. And by the time I'm done with those things, I'm like, hi, I love you. Can we cook dinner in silence? Like, I know you don't actually impact my social battery, but like, it's so empty that I don't have the energy to really have much to say right now. It's a lot. I'm sure I'll adapt a little bit more to it because like also I'm meeting so many new people right now still that I think that's what's kind of draining, but yeah, I'm figuring it out. Once I hit my groove, once I know everybody, I think it'll be fine. Poor Jumpy. Oh no, don't worry, Jumpy's okay. Jumpy is also kind of worn out right now. We're both thankfully coming over to the other side of seasonal effective right now, but we've both been real worn for a minute. But we're in the adjustment period. I've only been working my new position for I think a month as of this week, so I'm sure it'll calm down after a little more time, maybe. I hope and pray and cross my fingies and cross my toes. Napping at work would crash 30 minutes after lunch, nap for 10 to 15 minutes over my table. Always thought I might have more accommodations needed than I knew of. I rarely crash now. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you don't have to crash now. Sadly, I can't sleep at work because my job requires me to be sort of like a safety advisor. So my eyes and ears have to be peeled at every second. So I have to be alert, which I think is the other reason why I'm so worn out is because I have to have eyes in like 7 different places at once, which thank God I have my bonus googly eyes on me. It makes it a little easier. But man, wait, it's already been a month? It has already been a month. It's really weird. I don't like how time is passing right now. It's kind of disturbing. Yeah. My first week was the week after that, like, first bad East Coast blizzard. It's really strange. I don't like how time is going by right now. And also, this job is seasonal, so theoretically, I won't be working at this position after the end of May, probably, either. But until the fall again. Like, I might be a part of some, like, workshops they run over the summer, but it's only seasonal. Which, on one hand, man, I would like to be making more money. But on the other hand, it might be nice to have a break, so we'll see. Almost a third of the way through the year. You shut up right now. Be quiet. I don't want to hear that. No. Weird that the safety person is seasonal. Well, it's university. I'm working, I don't know if I've made that clear, but I do work at a university, and the university doesn't run courses that relate to the areas that uses my studio over the summer. So therefore they don't need somebody over the summer. I wish I could work full-time over the summer because I could use that time to like hone the studio in, build samples, like help with curriculum guidance and things like that because, you know, I am also a teacher and we're trying to figure out how to run an advanced course in the fall that has never run before. But unfortunately, we did not get permission from admin to do that yet, so will she? I would really like to not be seasonal, but will she? We will see. Can't be quiet, Twitch will think I'm a bot. Yeah, I refuse to download because I think it would do psychic damage to me, but have you guys seen there's a plugin people are using right now on Chrome, I think, where they can see how many people are actually watching their stream versus how many people Twitch says is watching their stream? Which is interesting. I don't want to download that because on one hand, I don't know if it's very accurate, but I know that Twitch has not been counting lurkers in a normal manner for a while now because, like, I don't do this often, but, like, one time I had scrolled through, it was on a Friday when Twitch was telling me I had 50 people watching me. It was a beep of the lamb stream, and I scrolled through that list, and there was this pretty significant quantity, over 50 people present, at least as far as, like, just, like, even, like, my dashboard said. So I know that, yeah, they're attempting to counter bots, but I know that the way that they're counting viewers doesn't seem to be very accurate to me either. It's kind of weird. I don't really care that much about numbers, if I'm being so honest with you. I cannot be bothered. But at the same time, the psychic damage of knowing how off Twitch's count would be might not be something I would enjoy. Not at all. YouTube is the same. Oh, is YouTube also like that? I haven't noticed it on YouTube's end, but I also can't see a list of all the people watching me at a current moment on YouTube. I don't think it shows me that anywhere. Meanwhile, Twitch does. I don't care. I appreciate whoever's here for being here, and if you're lurking, I appreciate you being here also. It doesn't bother me. How often do we have to communicate to be counted as a viewer? I don't know. I've seen people saying that, like, if you use like a, what do you call it? Like one of the channel point redeems, that counts you. Or like if you send a message like once or twice, that counts you. But like, I don't like that. I don't want to make people do that. Like, if you want to lurk, I don't want to pester you. At the same time, I also am a chronic lurker. I pretty much only lurk on people. I don't ever participate in chats when I'm watching someone. And like, on one hand, I feel bad that I'm not being counted. Because like, I would like to be able to support them in that manner where like, you know, if they're partner pushing, it would get them closer to that or something. But on the other hand, it's like, I just want to relax. I just want to relax. As a mostly lurker, it sucks. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I participate, otherwise I feel bad. No. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about not participating. You are allowed to relax and do other things while you're listening in. I don't mind at all. I'm honored that you want to hear my voice while you're doing stuff. I don't have any requirement for you at all. If you want to hang out, you hang out. If you don't have time to hang out, you don't hang out. It's okay. I'm honored to have you for whatever amount of time you want to hang out for. Yeah. I'm making a sandwich. Yeah, make a sandwich. Maybe work on your art. You can do whatever you want. I'm honored that you want to hang out with me, but like, do not feel pressured to need to like chat or redeem things or anything. I'm not worried about it, is what this whole statement was about. I know a lot of people are worried about it. I ain't worried. Ooh. I don't mind. I'm not as, maybe like business focused maybe as some fellas are. I take it easy for the most part. I'm like, cool, whatever. I'm financially stable. I don't have to like worry about VTubing numbers or any of that kind of stuff, which is honestly a relief. I feel like that would turn it into too much of a career for me, and then it would not be fun. I don't like numbers games. I'm not playing. Yeah, this isn't your full-time job. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, for some VTubers it is their full-time job, so they do have to sort of keep up with it and they have to work towards that. But for me, I have several streams of income. This is one, and sure, it helps, but like, predominantly I do commission work and also I have another job now, so I'm good. Hydrate, will do. I will take a little sippy of beverage maybe. Thanks. I think it too makes the people wanting for partner discouraged. Yeah, that is the place where I think I find it the most frustrating, is that Twitch requires you to reach certain metrics for certain things, and also for getting sponsorships. Those are the two things that it seems to impact them most, which is frustrating. Oh, crisp and refreshing water. Do you ever get in a mood where you just want water? You just really need a crisp, cold glass of water. Water. Do you enjoy VTubing as a hobby versus full-time? I would say that VTubing is more than a hobby because of, I would say, the sheer amount of time and effort I put into it. But like, I don't think I would like it full-time. If I was in a position where I could make enough money just from VTubing and not having to do commissions or, you know, work my other position, I think that might actually stress me out a lot, because I like some stability. And like, my commissions are pretty consistent. Like, I make more or less the same amount every month on them. My new job is pretty consistent. Like, I can, you know, make the same amount every week doing that. Meanwhile, I don't want to live my life at the whim of the companies like Twitch or YouTube, because they can pull the rug on you at any time, honestly. I've seen it happen to a number of people where they just get like bonked on YouTube and then they get sent into the abyss and can't make money for a long time, or same deal on Twitch, or you get like shadow banned on Twitter or something. I like being in a position where if one of those things happened, it'd be like, darn it. Gosh darn it. That sucks. Sad to see it. We'll bounce back. We'll figure it out and we'll recover. Instead of that being something where theoretically it could destroy my entire month. And I really feel for people who are in that type of situation, and I really hope for the best for them. That is a
It's long past 2010s where content creation is just a fun hobby. Now it's a competitive industry where people are both investing and chasing huge money.
That's true, I would say. I mean, there definitely are people who do content creation as a hobby and for fun. My high school chem teacher is like a hobby content creator. He is a full-time chemistry teacher at a high school, but he also runs like a YouTube, and he has a TikTok, and he's got an Instagram. That man loves making shorts, but like, he does it as a hobby. He has no desire to make money from it. but he just does it for the fun of it because he likes to share chem things in a fun and interesting manner. So I think those people still exist, but there's definitely far fewer of them than there used to be once upon a time. I do it 2 to 3 times a week and otherwise basically don't do anything. Fair. Technically do it as a hobby too, but I wouldn't mind it being my job. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Magnus, thank you for 42 bits. I appreciate it. Is there a specific reason for that number? Is this 42 the meaning of the universe number? I can't remember. I can't remember if that's the meaning of the universe number. Is that 47? I've never seen that movie. It is? Okay. 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 I see. I see. Oh, meaning of life. Yeah. Love that there's people who do it genuinely for the love of the game. Me too. Me too. Me too. I mean, I would say that I do it maybe like 75% for the love of the game. I do it because it is something that is fulfilling for me. It fills a need in my life, which is to feel like I'm helping people and to, you know, I feel the need to make things, but at the same time, like, I like to help people and I like to encourage people and support people, and I want to be able to talk about the things I'm passionate about, and that is something that I wasn't really finding in my life prior to VTubing. Teaching was kind of rough because of COVID nonsense, screwing up the education system a good bit. There were a lot of weird things going on, and VTubing was an outlet for me that I couldn't find in my life otherwise. And I still feel that way. I think right now, between VTubing and the job I have that I got recently, I'm feeling very fulfilled. I feel like I'm doing the things I want to be doing. I'm pretty happy. The only thing that would make me happier is health insurance. Feeling the need to make things is so real. Yeah. And like, to me, the feeling of needing to make something doesn't even inherently have to be that I'm making something. If I can be a vector for somebody else making something, that sort of scratches that itch for me as well. We're like, whenever we do our monthly challenges, seeing how many people made something, I'm like, I'm so proud of all of you. And maybe that's the teacher in me still, but yeah. That's great, except for the health insurance thing, that's rough. Yeah. What can you do? Health insurance, expensive. Seasonal work does not provide health insurance, unfortunately. What can you do? We'll work on it. Thankfully, I'm mostly healthy. Although anyone who's been here since October may contest that statement. I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. My friends keep joking. They're like, Joby should marry you so you can have their health insurance. And I'm like, listen, fellas, that's as much as that is maybe a good reason to get married. I think Joby and I would like to be financially stable and able to afford that kind of thing before we were to do that kind of thing. But I'm like, the way people are always telling us that. It's like, calm down. It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Joby's health insurance is also really bad. It's so bad that Joby may as well not even have it. I think it takes like $20 off of copays, and like that's it. So like, no. EG for tenure? No, not EG for tenure. EG does not want to be a tenured professor. False. No. Should marry for love, not medical needs. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, as if, I do love Joby. We love each other very much. It's just, you know, with the world the way it is right now, we're waiting for a better time, I think. We're waiting for maybe a little bit of a better time. These companies like Umamusume nimbly navigating around giving their employees benefits. And just like that, we've made a segue. I should direct us in the direction of Umamusume because I keep forgetting that my Wednesday streams are an hour shorter. So I forget that I should like lock in just maybe a little sooner, perhaps. Just maybe like a hair, just a tad sooner. But brief housekeeping before we lock in totally for realsies this time. Friday! Next time I'm live! Friday! We are going to be doing a showcase for our community art challenge that we did over February, where we were designing our own Umamusume OCs based on particularly maybe real racehorses. I saw a zebra, just fellas who are horse-like or racers, it seems like, that were animals, following the conventions of Umamusume. So, come stop by. am almost done mine. I almost finished her. And oh my god, let me tell you, she's so cute. I love her so much. I'm so excited. Tomorrow's the first anniversary for Horse Game. Tomorrow, 6 months into the game existing, or not 6 months, but not a full year into the game existing, it is the first anniversary, you're right. I can't wait to not touch the game for the next 6 months while Make a New Track is the meta. I really don't, I've heard bad things and I don't want to play that mode. I really don't want to play that mode. Drawing a pure white glowing phantom horse for my Uma. Ooh! My Uma is California Chrome, and her outfit is inspired by Steve Jobs and also Disney Channel stars. She's really cute and I love her so much and I'm really attached and I cannot wait to show you her tomorrow. I need to do a little more rendering on her. I'm not very good at rendering Chrome, I've found out. I gotta practice that more. Make a New Track's only 4 months with the accelerated schedule. Let's go! Thank God. Okay, we'll take a brief 4-month break where I only sign in. I'll only sign in. I'll just sign in and then sign back up because I'm not dealing with it. I won't deal with it. Meta dodger. Yeah, no. No, you can't make me. Cali Chrome's what I'm doing too? Yay! I can't wait to see 2 whole Cali Chromes! California Chrome has such a good personality to be in Uma, but is sadly an American-only racehorse, so will probably never appear in Umamusume, which is why I'm glad maybe the 2 of us and maybe some others are giving California Chrome a good opportunity to succeed, to become an anime girl, because that's what all horses truly want in life, is to become an anime girl. Anyways, let me get us started here, maybe, potentially. Ow, I split my lip. Man, what is going on? Why am I... Shroommates, do you mind if I just bleed, I guess, today? Man, I wish my hand tracking was working. She could see me holding a tissue to my mouth. Ouch. I smiled too wide. I don't know what's wrong. The world has decided that blood must be spilled and it must be mine right now. Yeah, we got work to do. Come on. Ouch. It's like not even dry in here. What is happening? I think I smiled too wide after not moving my face all day. Isn't it officially called Track Blazer or something for Global? Yeah, it has a new name, but I'm so used to it being called Make a New Track that like it hasn't sunk in my brain yet. Let me see. Well, yeah, let's go to the other room. Let's go to the split room, this one, and we'll do our Gamba a la Umamusume to see if the correct sources are still captured. Wahoo! No, look at that! Wow! Miracle! I need to turn this sidebar off because it's so big. What? Okay. There we go. Sidebar off! I was supposed to be saving up carrots so that I could get Satono Diamond, and then the Fine Motion rerun came out, and I was like, oh, darn it, I need another Fine Motion. So we'll see if I manage to continue saving. Whoops! Anyways, Umamusume character design tier list. We are on day 3 of attempting this tier list because I can't shut up. I have too much to say about all of the Umas. I like them. They're so cool and they're so cute. At the top of our tier list, we have Taiki Shuttle, my beloved. She is my favorite for reasons that do not involve her design. I just think she's so incredibly endearing and her voice acting is so great. She's so good and so cute. I love her, but I don't like her outfit that much. Then below that, we have the heart tier, which is the would pull for tier list, which for Umamusume means will pull for or did try to pull for. These are designs that are either very, very effective character design or they're just so charming to me that I cannot resist them from like a character design standpoint. Because as much as this is a tier list that does have my personal opinions in it, I am ranking them mostly based on the effectiveness of their character design because other than one outlier, they're all pretty much the ones I would pull for are all ones that I think have absolutely standout fantastic designs. The way that my heart is won over is through cool and innovative and bespoke character design. So we may have some weird left hooks like Taiki Shuttle, but for the most part, like Agnes Digital, Biko Pegasus, Matikane Fukukitaru, I forget how we said the rest of her name, but we get Mambo tomorrow, I think, right? Mambo, and Satono Diamond. I think they all have standout, beautiful, lovely designs. I know how her name is spelled, but they told me how to say it in German, which I think was Häuser. Matikane Tannhäuser, right? Was that how it is? I can't remember. Because the Umas for sure don't say her name that way. The Umas for sure say her name with enough of an accent that I don't know what the way her name would be pronounced in German would be, actually. Can't believe I don't play this game anymore, but I knew that off the rip. Well, she's a good design. She's cute. Deserved, I would say. Hi! 3 a.m. here and I'm waiting for my flight. Oh my gosh! Well, I hope you have a safe flight. Dang, that is middle of night. Be safe. Oh wait, hang on. Explaining my categories further. Thumbs up. These are designs that I think are effective at conveying their concept, and for the most part, they have interesting color palettes, they have memorable silhouettes, they have an effective level of detail that makes sense for the fact that these are 3D models in a game that may or may not be on a mobile device, depending on how you're playing. Generally, if they fit those credentials, they're in the thumbs up category. Then we have the meh category, which is for designs that aren't bad, but they're missing something significant for me that is making it hard for me to put them in thumbs up. Where that might be, I don't remember anything off the top of my head. Like, I feel like a lot of these fellas are down here because their color palettes are just interesting. I feel like I had placed some of them down here also because I'm not sure their concept was being made very clear in the way they're executed, or they're down here because their name is Daiwa Scarlet and I cannot stand her fluffy hair ties because the element that used to unite them with the rest of her design was removed from her design, so now they're just like unusual and extra. Then we have thumbs down, which are the designs that I think are ineffective, overwhelming, or just have so many things about them that I would suggest modifying that I nope. Cannot pass them. Do I look washed out to you? Do I look washed out? Why do I look washed out? Do I look paler than usual? Maybe I'm just unused to looking at myself now that the halftone effect went away, but I feel like I look washed out. Am I usually this pale? I don't have any filters on. Weird. Maybe compared to Squiiji. Maybe compared to Squiiji. Maybe I have to slide up my saturation vibrancy a little bit. Your vibrancy's broken? Is it actually? I can't tell. I don't know what I look like. I lack in vanity, so I avoid mirrors. I don't know what I look like. Does EG show up in mirrors anyway? I feel like they're too small. It'd be hard to notice me in a mirror. Oh, but finally, our final category. Psychic damage. So far, none of the designs we've looked at have given me psychic damage, but honestly, I think that's being a little bit kind to these two. I think it might only be fair if I stick Hishi Amazon and Air Groove in psychic damage, because I really am not a big fan of the way that their designs are sort of like left-right split. It feels like they just don't have a lot of harmony, and it's kind of jarring to look at. Not a fan. Did the glitch might fix it? It did not. Why are you cold, EG? Yeah, I feel like I'm not as warm-colored as usual. Something's not right. I don't know what it is, though. If I go to Vignon, can I... Oh, wait, hang on. That's actually weird. I look totally normal on one of my other monitors. Maybe I am normal. More saturated in your YouTube VODs. What's going on? Why do I look like this? Hang on, I'm gonna reload myself. I'll give you back the short hair once I reload. But let me just like do a little reboot on the EG. Let's see. Where am I? Normal. That didn't change anything. Do you have the shading on from the beep of the lamb? I don't. I checked to see that it was off. Are my glasses making me feel less saturated than I am? It's funny that refreshing my model also left my glasses on. How weird. Hang on. Let me shorten my hair again for you, because that was a redeem that was made. Don't know. So cold. Your glasses on orange? Well, that's because they put me in actually mode. I can make them orange again. But, like, that doesn't fix my saturation thing that's going on. I feel like I'm cool toned right now for some reason. I don't understand. I'm gonna ignore it because I don't actually know how to solve it, and we'll just hope maybe it goes away. we'll just hope it goes away. Maybe. It looks like you're tracking a VHS tape. Yeah, they have toggled on a glitch effect on me right now. I'm breaking up. Shroom it. Ice EG. Yeah, I'm cold. I'm crisp today. My arm has the wrong color on it though, so maybe I'll fix that at least. Yeah, this. Hang on, we'll fix that, and then maybe we'll actually do some... Oh, hang on. That's not right. There we go. Now everything's the correct color, maybe. Other than me. We'll just run with it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let me get the Umamusume wiki also. That's Taiki Shuttle. That's cool. I think the database I want is this. Nope, not this one. This is the parent database, which is not what I wanted. False. Nice try. Outing me as being somebody who plays the game. I believe I want the .wiki one. Yes. There we go. Must cast the worm on EG. I appreciate it. I'm okay though. I'm warm enough. Oh wait, I look normal now. I look normal now, right? I think it went back. I think it fixed. I think that when we turned the glitch effect off, somehow it brought me back the way I was. How odd. I wonder what was causing that. Weird. But like the warmth of my skin tone is back, which is like kind of important. So, anyways, why don't we get started? Why don't we get started? So, Saiyan Sky first. I was also alerted that if I scroll to the bottom of this page, the area for trivia may tell me particular things that are relevant about the Uma. If there are like little things in her outfit that I should be taking note of. So we can scroll down to check just in case. If it seems like I'm missing something. So, Saiyan Sky! Here she is. I am really sad that I didn't get her because I was a fan of her design from the anime, but now I'm not as bothered by it, I feel like. There's some like odd things for me in her design. She's wearing a dress over shorts with a sailor collar almost. She has little cloud elements in her design in a couple places because she is considered to be, I don't know if the word is lazy, but she is laid back. She doesn't like to put a lot of effort into things, or at least she doesn't like to make it seem like she's putting effort into things. So I think the clouds are maybe alluding to the fact that she's got her head in the clouds, perhaps. Yeah, spacey, but fairly smart, fake lazy. Yeah, pretending to be lazy. So she still has some school clothing aesthetic in her design, and then she's got a cloud motif that repeats everywhere. Because her name is also Saiyan Sky. So we have to get the sky elements in. She's my favorite because she's like sleepy to me. That's fair. I could see her as being read as sleepy. Again, as I've said for other Umas, I appreciate that for how many Umas there are that have white hair, they have a really wide variety of color undertones in their hair. So like Saiyan Sky is much more green. I'm interested that they didn't attempt to put more blue in her palette. I know that her the jockey silks were green and yellow, but at the same time, she doesn't have yellow on, really. She has a little tiny bit of yellow in her hair accessory, which I think is a sun, if I remember correctly. Oh no, it's a flower. But I feel like she's not that closely replicating her jockey silks, and for the fact that she's sky themed. Maybe they're just going for white and fluffy clouds, but I would have thought they would have leaned the green a little bit more teal, or just had some blues as a secondary, because they are allowed to add other colors in, outside of the jockey silks colors. I don't know. As they say, the reward for good work is more work. That is true. Hey, fellas. Don't let your job overwork you. Do good work, but also take care of yourself. And do not give 110%, because then they'll ask you for 120%. Give them 80%, so that way when they give you more, and they want more from you, you give 90%. And then you can cap off without having to go to 150 or something. I think yellow would have been a bit much. Maybe, but I could see how the yellow could have been used in some sparing details to feel like it's, you know, like sunshine, because she's sky themed. But for me, her outfit is like a little bit strange. It's a little jarring because it's surprisingly like slightly tomboyish with her shorts, but then it's like really frilly in the top, and she's wearing boots that are like somewhat oddly under detailed to me. Her boots feel a little bit generic. Let me move her over so we can see her a little bit better. I think that'll probably help. But yeah, remember when they say to give 100%, they actually mean 50 with a good attitude. Sure. But I like saying Sky is a character, but I don't know if her racewear is my favorite. I don't know if her racewear is my favorite. It's kind of neat, but it's also a little bit strange to me fashion-wise. Maybe it does make sense for her being laid back, but I don't know. It's missing something. It feels a little bit one note to me also. She does at least have a secondary motif, which a lot of the girls don't have, but it's not of my favorites. She's mostly green and white, and I wish there was maybe another color or something. Wish her shoes were a little bit more specific, maybe. I don't know. Also, to the fellow who told me before that there's notes about their clothing, yeah, most likely there's no clouds. We can check here. Small sunflower on the side of her head. She's got a brown choker. Laid back demeanor with a fashionably simple yet charming basic white blouse. With a fashionably simple yet charming. Wild ruffles, okay. Fashionably simple. Interesting. Stripes, okay. Interesting. Don't know if I agree with it. Next we have, oh, what is her name? This is Windy. What is her name? Shiko Windy? Yeah, Shiko Windy. I can't remember what her first part of her name was. They aren't debuffed running in long skirts or having trains. That's true. They just let them do that, and they are totally not impacted. Also, with having crazy long sleeves that get in the way, it's just considered fine. This is a biting, mischievous girl. I kind of love her outfit. She is so, like, alt-girly to me, which is not completely what I would have expected having just seen her head when she's in her uniform. There are some Uma who I feel like their school uniform should be pants, and she is one of them. I feel like if she wore pants and like Mr. CB wore pants and Fujikiseki wore pants, it would make sense. But I kind of love her. The tattered elements of her clothing, the sharp teeth, because she is an Uma who is known to bite, makes sense. The fluffy fur elements are a little bit like 80s rocker. Yeah, the belt buckle's really fun. She's got some really sharp elements on her neck too. She's got like a studded collar. I think her design is very fun. I do wish maybe she had another color undertone somewhere in here, but I will say her head is very focal because it's the brown. It's also much brighter. I do like the variety of textures where we've got sort of like leather-y shorts, we've got tattered, torn up stockings, we have her fluffy leg warmers and collar and the cuff for her, what do you call them? Fingerless gloves. She's kind of cool. She's also got natural asymmetry too, where she's got this little bit of fur on one side. Her leggings are not torn exactly the same left to right. It's great. Very 80s metal scene, yeah. This looks like a girly who I would see attending a concert with Fungi Father. Because Fungi Father he's a fan of a lot of hair metal. If I give it for style, for example, Daichi Ruby's a somewhat boring design, but looks really cool in the race. Interesting. We'll have to keep that in mind when we look at her. But I think Shiko Windy's design is great. I want more punk-style Umas because it stands out a lot. To be honest, I want to wear that. I know. She's cool. She stands out a lot because of this, because so many of the Umas are very, like, cutesy, idly. The ones who aren't become a lot more memorable as a result. But yeah, biting, mischievous girl. I would say this gives me a good read of her personality. Let's see, is there anything else I want to keep an eye on? A wild wolf who will chomp you good. She does have wolf-like hair, I'll say. The way it's sticking out the sides feels like a, like, wolf's, like, face. The way that the fur grows sort of out to peaks around the cheek. Yeah. Appearance. Let's see. the bottom, white tuft, a hoge, dark patterns in her hair, which could be likened to a pair of pincers at the side of her head. Interesting. Okay. It's a purple, girl near the bottom. Short pupils, grow a darker shade of purple. Her teeth are pointy. Marble crop jacket. She's got a lot of really sharp shapes in her design, which helps to also emphasize how dangerous she may be. She's got a relationship with Taiki Shuttle, but I'm unfamiliar with it. Crop shorts trimmed with fur. Okay, I think I got everything there was to get there. I'd say her design passes for me. I give it a thumbs up. It's memorable. I would say it's unique. It's fun. I don't know if it's quite top tier for me, but it's cool. This is the 25% of the female metal scene. 50% are baggy pants and band shirts. 25% are vampy. That's fair. That's fair. There's a couple different flavors of feminine metal scene. Back when I was part of the metal scene, when I would go with my father, I was much more in the 50% baggy pants and band shirt category, but I was also like 18. I think nowadays I wouldn't wear a crop top like that, but like I'd be more likely to wear those kinds of shorts. I also don't really like thigh highs. My own goth aesthetic is not quite this, but it's cool. It's sick. Let me see next. Who do you have next? Ah, Silent Suzuka. Hi, Suzuka. More variation than the other idols helps. Yeah, it does. It does. What I love about her design is that you look at it and you already know what it's about. Exactly. It's good storytelling in her outfit. Where some of the Umas, I feel like their outfits don't really give you a good understanding of their personality or what they're about. But some of them really do. It's great. Yeah. Forgive it for example. Oh, wait. Yeah, if they were all wearing athletic clothing, that would also be kind of repetitive, unfortunately. So I'm glad that they're not doing that. Silent Suzuka, we did an in-depth critique for once upon a time, about a year or so ago. And my complaint back then was that she more or less has the same silhouette as a bunch of other Umas do. A lot of them have this sort of like mid-torso length hair that's real long and cut at a clean angle. It's narrow at the top around the head and it gets wider the lower it gets. A lot of them have sailor or like school style skirts on. So the only real element to me that makes her clearly recognizable in silhouette is the spikes, but honestly, as somebody who plays the game, I don't know if I would realize this is Silent Suzuka in silhouette, unfortunately. I do enjoy that there's a variety of shape language being used for her. She does have a lot of like soft, round shapes. They're sort of sleek, because she is very fast, and she is sort of like shy and quiet as a character. But she does have a sharp edge to her. You shouldn't underestimate her. And maybe that's what these zigzag spikes at the bottom of her skirt are trying to tell us. She's got one dark shoe and one light shoe, mimicking the foot coloring of the real horse. Polite works for her, you know? Yeah, no, polite works for her. I'm not saying that doesn't work. But I just feel like there's something missing from her in her design. I don't know. Her ear saver from Bullet Head. That's true. She would have Bullet Head otherwise. Let me see if there's anything I've missed in her appearance when we looked at it before. Neatly trimmed bangs. Yep, she's very prim and proper. Simple white headband. She does wear the ear covering that the real Uma wears. Vivid aqua blue eyes. I will say her head is focal because of her orange hair, and the flow of her hair does sort of bring you up and into her face. So for what my complaints are about the fact that a number of characters have hair like this, I mean, it is helping the design at least. It shows her more simple and pleasant personality. I guess so. But at the same time, something structurally is missing for me. There is a word that I have to figure out what the word is, because it's the same thing I feel when I look at Mr. CB's outfit, where I don't know if it's that the color proportion isn't quite working or something. There's just something in the specificity of the way that the clothing is executed that makes it feel incomplete to me. It makes it feel like it hasn't reached its final iteration. It makes it feel like it's at iteration 2 or 3 when it should be reaching iteration 5 or 6. And I have to figure out a better way of explaining what I mean by that, because right now I don't have that for you. But it just feels like something is missing. There's an element that is not quite here. CB's is the missing sleeve throws me off. Maybe, but I think there's more to it than that. It's sort of hard to describe because like for some of them, I know what I would suggest to add or to modify to solve it, but for Suzuka, I don't know what I would change. Like, we're keeping a lot of the angles cascading downwards and close to the body, so that way she feels fast, and also so she feels a little bit more meek. She doesn't feel like, you know, everything's sticking out at the sides and therefore there's more energy. But I don't know, there's something missing. You're saying it's like a Junior Underground Idol outfit where they're new without a budget yet? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. There's just something missing. Let me read more of this just to see. Outfit features puffy shoulders, green stripes. The green stripes are because of her jockey uniform. Gold clasps. Lending an elegant touch. Navy blue ribbon. That's funny. I don't read that as navy blue. Gold star clip. Black pair of gloves on her hands. Below the waist. Pleated skirt. Dark purple tights. That's funny. I don't read these as being... This is being navy blue and this being purple. I thought these were just black. But maybe they are. Perhaps. I don't know. I always have felt like she's missing something. So you can take it with saying Sky. Something is missing. I don't know how to detail what it is to all of us, but I feel like she just needs more tweaking. She needs a little more time in the oven, maybe. Weirdly enough. Also, it's the early Uma design issues. Like, I think if they did it now, it'd be a lot different. A lot of early Umas are like that. Maybe, but I feel like some of the later Umas can end up being just a little bit over-designed. We haven't gotten to Orfever yet, but I feel like some of the Genshin and Honkai Star Railification of design, where it's like, all right, we need filigree, we need detail, this is a high-rarity character, we need them to want to get it because more details, more better. I feel like that's starting to trickle into Umamusume a little bit with some later designs. Not all of them, but some of them. And I'm not super excited about it. So, like, some of them are still doing great, and our recent designs that are doing fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Who are you? Is this a... No. Who is this? Recently annoyed by how hard it is to make elegance be character designy. That might be the kind of thing that Silent Suzuka is struggling with also, because elegance does tend towards like sleeker silhouettes and being more toned down, where things being more toned down it just like doesn't make for as recognizable silhouettes. Symboli, serious Symboli. Okay, that's who I thought it was, but she's not with Rudolph, so I was confused. Although I guess maybe we're doing S right now, so they just wouldn't be grouped together. I was second guessing myself. I should stop second guessing. You were right. Yeah, you were right. I thought that's who it was, but I was second guessing myself. Whoopsie. Hate her jacket. It is a little strange in the asymmetry. I know she has a lot of fans for the fact that she is maybe a little bit more dapper and a little more princely than some of the other Umas, similar to Fuji Kiseki. But I don't know if this one works as well for me. Her unzipped pants that go up to her knee, I always thought were just a little bit silly. And her asymmetrical jacket feels just unnatural to me, unfortunately. You can have natural asymmetry, and designs do benefit from asymmetry, but she's wearing a jacket that is kind of like a half jacket. And then I read this as being the other half of the jacket just being blue, but I think that's actually her shirt underneath. I don't know. They like her because she calls trainer Puppy-chan. Is that why? I see. Okay. Can't get me with that one. Basically a road bump for Oguri. Ooh, doesn't make sense to me. I appreciate it being creative, but I feel like we need something else green on the other arm to provide a balance to it. And the zippers that go up the inside of her pants are just maybe a little bit silly. Meant to look princely, but has her stomach showing. We've sort of determined this. The Umas cannot have full coverage outfits. They will not stand for it. They have to show some skin. So we gotta show a little bit of calf, a little bit of tummy, because if we didn't, you'd have to be like Fuji Kiseki, who has a Twitch TOS violating shirt. They have to have something to entice the viewer, I guess, is what I would say. But for me, this design is a little bit weird. The focal point is the belt, because it's a big area of a saturated color right here. Red is a very high chroma color, and as such tends to be incredibly distracting. It's the reason why YouTube thumbnails always are pointing at things with big red arrows. You put red next to any other color at full saturation, and you're still gonna look at the red first. So this becomes pretty distracting. The shoes become surprisingly distracting. Her head does end up being somewhat focal, but I still feel like I'm looking at her belt primarily. When I close my eyes and then open my eyes and do like the sort of snap to test to see where my eyes go first, it's the belt. So like there's just some like awkward things about her to me. She's not a bad design, but she's not one of my favorites. I really want to like some of the Umas who have like pants on, because the fact that there are characters in Umamusume who wear pants and who wear sneakers and who wear things that aren't heels is something that is unique to them, because man, so many gacha games are allergic to giving the girlies pants. So I appreciate that Umamusume is not. So I feel bad that I keep accidentally hitting the ones that have pants on, because Mr. CB's down here. There's at least one other, I think, who has pants on that's down here. Does Dr. Mephisto wear pants? I can't remember off the top of my head now. I don't know. A lot of people in your YouTube comments don't understand about the face having to be focal. I can re-explain it, because you're right, I do get comments about that. In character design, the focal point should be the face optimally, because the face is how your viewer is going to form a connection with that character. That is how we, you know, relate to people. We can see their expressions, we can see what they're going through. The eyes are the window to the soul, both in people and in characters. And it's also sort of the respectful thing to do with someone. You don't want the focal point to be another body part, because then it becomes distracting. Then when you're in a cutscene, your viewers are not making eye contact with the character, and that's how we end up with characters that become less and less and less about who they are as a person, and they just end up being flattened into appeal. Granted, some games want that because, ooh, hot character, ooh, waifu, husband, that is one of their marketing tactics in many games. But I am of the camp that that is not maybe the best way to go about things. The types of connections that tend to cause characters to remain popular for the longest are emotional attachment connections. And the only way you become emotionally attached to a character is if you can relate to them, or if they tell a really good story. And some of those things get in the way of it. Not gonna lie, I can't even focus on the belt because of how much the jacket bothers me. Fair. Attraction is an expression. Here's the thing, there can be characters where an important trait to them is the fact that, oh, maybe they're trying to distract you. They're trying to make you not look at who they really are. Like, that can be a character trait. That can be fine. But what they're doing to execute that shouldn't be the only focal point. That shouldn't be the predominant thing we are exclusively looking at. Right? Yeah. Anyways, I gotta keep moving. For speed's sake. Dirt Falcon! Sorry, not Dirt Falcon, Smart Falcon. It's always this girly in the races. We just wrapped up the Dirt Champions meeting. I don't have Dirt Umas, so I had a bad time with it. I have a Taiki Shuttle Dirt who's real good, but like my only other Dirt Umas I have are Pasa or Connie and Haru. I can like force my Maruzensky into dirt, but she really doesn't want to do it. It's not easy. I mean, Smart Falcon has the idol look down. She does, but I think that's partially the intention for her, is that she is an idol. Lost so many to Falcon. Yeah, Falcon was real strong for this Champions meeting. She was good. She was good. As was Agnes Digital too. I saw a lot of them. Yeah, she is an idol, so she is dressed to be an idol, and it makes sense. Hey Squiiji, what's your opinion on the culture assuming a character design is bad just because the character isn't appealing or deemed ugly? Oh wait, that actually grinds my gears so bad. I get so mad when people decide that a character design is bad just because they don't think it's attractive or appealing, just because it's ugly. Effective character design tells you about the character. It tells you what to expect from them. It makes you feel something. And if they're designing a character who is not conventionally attractive, that's still making it feel something, and you're going to remember them for that reason, potentially also. I'm not a fan of that. I think that there is absolutely a need for character designs who are not conventionally attractive, and I love seeing them when they are executed. I don't think we're ever going to see any of that in gacha games, really, because they do sort of bank on characters being conventionally attractive, because part of their model is, oh, waifu, husband. But I love it when it sort of like creeps into anime sometimes, because it does allow for us to have some really memorable characters. Yeah. Went with Haru, Gold City, and L. Best dirt. What was Haru? It wasn't the best time last cup. Yeah, my Haru. I can't train Haru. I have the worst time trying to train her, unfortunately. I don't know. Just a lot of people aren't artists. They don't appreciate character design the same way. They just want a simple emotional connection. I guess so. I guess. But I keep wanting to call her Dirt Falcon, but her epithet is Sand Falcon. I sort of love her hair. Her pigtails feel so specific, the way that they swoop on the sides of her head. The diamonds provide a nice repeating pattern. This is, I think, a mostly pretty simple and clean idol design, but I love the fact that she's wearing sneakers! She's wearing sneakers, which is so practical. There is a movement in idol spaces. I don't know how recently this started, but there's a movement in idol spaces to wear sneakers more and more, but like colorful, practical sneakers, because it makes it easier to perform in them, and I'm here for it. And I feel like it makes sense for her, because this girl is a demon on the dirt, and the shoes are practical. It makes sense for it, so she can jump around and have fun. There might be a little bit of a heel on them, but I'm pretty sure they're sneakers. Yeah. Not to sound elitist. I mean, no, I don't think you sound elitist about that. I don't think I necessarily sound elitist for what I'm saying either. It's just people have different things that they enjoy when they look at a character. Not everyone wants the same thing out of a character. Yeah, some people just want fan service. Some people want an emotional attachment. Some people want them to look cute. There's a lot of variety here. But I enjoy her design. I think her shins are kind of distracting. I wish they did not make her socks bright red. They're just like a little bit too much. They end up becoming the focal point for me. But I do end up landing on her head as an area of rest sometimes, but generally I'm like flipping back and forth between here and here for a focal point on her. But color palette, interesting. We've got purple undertone whites. We have a blue undertone for the black areas. She's got red, she's got pink. It's a fun, engaging, memorable palette. You see her coming on the dirt track and you know it's over. And you can spot her pretty clearly because she's so brightly colored. Colors make sense for being an idol. The level of decoration feels like it is both sensible for an idol who tend to be, wearing pretty ruffled clothing with a lot of details. But this doesn't feel overwhelming in its quantity of details. We only have a couple of bows. We've got ruffles, but they sort of repeat similar shapes. There's a little bit of tiering. And she's not super asymmetrical, because being super asymmetrical may have been overwhelming. But I love a nice, asymmetrically tiered idol skirt, and I do lament a little bit that she doesn't have that. Let's see if there's anything I should know about her here. Almond colored hair and twin tails, 3 ribbons, almond ears, cut bluntly. Now black, wears a frilly white dress, fastens with a bow, red gem, red suspenders, checkers. Okay, I don't think there's anything else here. Race uniform notes. Okay, hang on, race uniform notes. Yep, her black diamond pattern references her jockey silks, true. Voluminous nature intend to invoke an idol feeling, as they do. Red accents and socks are meant to invoke the red bandages and reins worn by the real horse, which contrasts with the chestnut coat. Wear sneakers so they're perfect for running on dirt, as I'd suggested. I nailed most of the things they had to say here, which means a lot of it's coming through very clearly. Does the real horse wear red? Oh, he does. Oh. I can see why they would have done that, but maybe they need to be a little bit darker. I think they're just a little bit too bright, unfortunately. But generally, I like her design. I think that Smart Falcon has a smart design. Very effective. Special week! Special week. Kind of funny that we're doing her in such close proximity to Silent Suzuka. I will tell you something, Joby does not like Special Week. Joby does not like her. Joby was really frustrated watching the anime, seeing how much of her character just revolved around Suzuka. All the time, it's just everything is about Suzuka, essentially, and Joby spent the entire time being like, live for yourself, come on! Which is a part of her, character development, is that, she does have to learn to, take care of herself and let Suzuka do her thing, and also, be separate entities a little bit, but it drove Joby so nuts. And also the fact that they call her Spe-chan also bugged Jubby. Because it sounds like it's very close to an unfriendly thing that American children call each other sometimes in a mean-spirited way. So Jubby was like, I don't know about this one, but we'll move on from that. Mr. Umamusume, very bare bones protagonist in the anime. Heard her trapped in the main story, and the game is good though. I don't have her, so I wouldn't know. I don't have her, unfortunately. If she wasn't the main character, she'd probably been a lot more interesting. Yeah, she is cute. I'll give her that. But like, I don't know if she's the most interesting protagonist in that one. I'm a little more attached to Teo. But anyways, so her design. We did do an in-depth character design critique for her once upon a time as well. I do like the variety of color undertones in her outfit. She's got purples and pinks of a couple varieties. The brown of her hair does help to make her head pretty focal for me, although her skirt is maybe a little bit distracting. The zigzag shapes on the bottom of her skirt are reminiscent of her jockey silks. And similar to many others, she's got one white shoe, one brown shoe because of the real horse's feet. I was trying to figure out, is there anything else that I'm supposed to know about her from looking at her, other than the fact that she does also just sort of appear to be an idol? Is there more than that? Stubby brown ears, idol-like appearance, yep. I like that they're using her nickname in here also. Dark purple ribbon, white skirt, large ribbon, thigh-high socks, ankle boots, okay. Is there any bonus notes down here for her? I bet she's got a ton. Yeah, Artworks Volume 1. Four-leaf clover in her race outfit was references to her G4 or G1 wins, yes. Zigzag is from that. Jockey's racing pants had purple stripes above the boot line. Okay, so there's not a lot more to work with here. Honestly, she's fine. My main wish for her is that her outfit was more asymmetrical. Idol outfits are usually pretty asymmetrical from what I've seen. They tend to have a lot of asymmetry in them, just 'cause it's fun. And I feel like a lot of Umas, for the sake of making the 3D modeling easier, are completely symmetrical, but I feel like it's such a missed opportunity. Her outfit does feel well balanced in its color proportioning and things like that, but I just wish there was more asymmetry, but I don't know if that really like ruins her design. I think she is cute. I think she is very memorable. And she is also the protagonist. And yes, John Umamusume is not her anymore because we'll get to John Umamusume later. we'll get to John Umamusume later. They will make an appearance. I don't know if today, but maybe later. Girl's a 4G1 winner and the anime is like great, whatever. I know, the anime I feel like mostly focuses on her suffering and losing. I really don't think they make her feel that strong in the anime. Surprisingly. Like, she is very inspirational to others, I guess, in it, but I don't know. It's kind of odd. I mean, I guess she's a good pick because, you know, she was a little bit of an underdog sometimes because of it, but, like, it felt like she just, like, kept losing. She couldn't get a win in for a minute. But then again, she was too focused on Suzuka. Let's see. Next we have Super Creek. Every time I mention Super Creek, Joby sings the song that's, she's a super freak. Super freak, she's super freaky, ow. Which I think is very funny. Joby is not aware of many of the Umas, but Joby's aware of a couple of them. Here's Super Creek. I feel like Super Creek is a character that gets super flanderized, and they just turn her into sort of a one-dimensional character, unfortunately. There's a lot more to her than the way she is treated sometimes. It's Mom! Hi, Ken. Have you ever played Goo Goo Babies with your life on the line? Yes, this is the Goo Goo Babies one, and that seems to be the only thing people know or care about her. And that is it. She's got a leaked storyline in Cinderella Grey, I've heard, and I'm looking forward to watching Cinderella Grey for it. It kind of drives me a little bit nuts that they do just sort of pare her down to being the Goo Goo Babies one. It bugs me a little bit. She's got more depth to her. Than that. She's got like her whole like illness arc. She wants to take care of people, which I feel like is another part of that. But like, yeah, she's very charming and sweet, and people boil her down in a very odd way. Very nurturing because she was the first horse for legendary jockey Yukata Take. Who else was Yutaka Take the jockey of? Because I used to know. I used to know more trivia. I don't know. It's how viralization works. It is. Her first skin is literally mummy mommy. I know, they're leaning into it because it makes them the cash money, but but it bugs me still. So for her, I think it's kind of funny that they gave Uma, who is said to have a sort of motherly, like, personality, they gave her the braid. It's not a side braid, but they gave her a braid, which in anime shorthand stands for motherly. Her little braid and her bangs that her blaze is sort of woven into is very cute. I like that as a way of interpreting the blaze. Her ribbons are well distributed. She does feel elegant. A lot of the shapes in her design sort of cascade downwards, and she's sort of sleek. Yeah. Rare instance of Super Creek choosing their trainer IRL. Yeah, she's way more than just Goo Goo Babies, which is sort of what we're gonna get at. But she has a repeating motif of jewels, and despite the fact that she does have a good amount of filigree in her design, it feels elegant but not overwhelming because they made it silver. Is she kind of a black-white, a color, a metal design? Yeah, but there's at least more than one color undertone of blue. They've got a more teal blue and a more purple blue. The black elements almost feel like navy in some places, more so than just black fully. And she does have the one white foot situation happening, but I don't know if I like the way they executed it for her. She has one boot that gradates white to black and the other one's just black. I feel like they could have given her something else on her one shoe to reference the fact that the real horse has one white foot and one black foot. This is just weirdly executed to me, at least. But the layering of her clothing is kind of cute. She feels very idol-like. Blue is a calming color sometimes. She doesn't feel cold because of the blue either, because there's some warmer undertones to it. Her face is very friendly. She works for me for the most part, other than the one weird thing with her boot. Appearance. From your face. Right ear bows. Simple yet elegant. Where's a scarf? Oh, her beta design, I believe, her original design, she had this cardigan on and she was wearing a sweater dress. I feel like this is giving a very different read, but there are some elements that I kind of miss a little bit from this one. Don't miss the way that her bag goes between the girls. Don't miss that. But I do like a sweater. Sweater is good. And the cardigan, I feel like, is kind of fitting for her. It added something nice to her silhouette, and the way they handled her shoes before, I think, is more effective. But this is very different. If you look at her card, her stamina card, which is the one that everybody loves, it uses this old design, and it's really weird to see. But so there's elements of this that I enjoy, but I do think that paring it down a little bit. Yeah, they toned her Super Creeks down. I think that was a good idea. Why is it cutting off her circulation? Great choice. Super Creek's real-life jockeys, Racing Silks, had a blue sash down the middle, and it's represented in her design by the Blue Cross body bag. Interesting. Okay. Her name represents a river, known for strength and ability to travel long distances. The impression of a fantasy water healer. Interesting. Huh. She dislikes drawing. Oh no. I love drawing. That's interesting. I don't know if I totally read her as a fantasy healer, but I guess I could see it. I don't know. I'll pass her design. I'd give her a thumbs up. Oh, I lost her. No! Super Creek, where'd you go? I lost you immediately. Uh-oh. The middle mouse button depressed. Where are you? Oh, here you are. Come here. Thumbs up. There you go. Also explains her very forward animations in the game. Maybe. Oh, Leighton, you already did serious, but the reason for the asymmetrical reason for the asymmetrical jacket is because her racewear design was inspired by the designer Yoji Yamamoto, apparently. Interesting. I'm gonna paste this in Google just really quickly. This does not count as being off topic, I swear. It's on topic. I just wanted to see if there was like, okay, so this is like a split design for a jacket. This is another split design for a jacket. Okay, perhaps. Perhaps I could see it. But a lot of these jackets I still feel like are more balanced left to right. Where I think that was the trouble I was having with Sirius and Bali's jacket, is that it feels unbalanced. It makes it feel like her design is leaning to the side a little bit, unfortunately. But Next we have Sweep Tosho. Hi, Sweep Tosho. I think Sweep Tosho has another one of the more memorable designs in the game. I love her little witch aesthetic. I love that she's a little witch. Her hat adds so much to her silhouette. She's got these little like hair accessories that are danglies that also add to her silhouette. It's so cute. It's so cute. And she's got her little like braided side rings. Her jacket is really long and exaggerated. She's so fun. She feels so magical in every way. Her face is pretty nicely framed by the darker parts of her jacket and her hat. I will say her red shirt is maybe a little bit distracting, but not too much. Red and purple do combine to form a color palette that we tend to associate with magic. Purple tends to be kind of mystical, and we tend to think of purple as being like a royal or a color that has some esteem to it. So I think it's kind of funny that she is kind of goofy and maybe a little bit bratty sometimes, for what it's worth. But yeah, decent silhouette, enjoyable color palette, focal point is functional, memorable design because she has a layer to her concept. She's not just an idol or just a student. She's also a witch. She's very cute. She comes to the top. Honestly, it seems like the characters who get to be up here are the characters who have duality in their concept. There's not just one layer. We've got Biko Pegasus with her Super Sentai elements. We've got Matekane Tannhäuser with her German aesthetics a little bit, fortune-telling references, and being a little witch. Love witch hats, guaranteed a banger every time. Yes, and the exaggeration of the hat is also fun too. I almost wish they exaggerated the brim a bit more, but I like that they made the top part of it nice and big as well. Because it does emphasize how small she is. She's kind of little. She's a little short. She's very cute. The rice I cooked sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see, did I miss anything about her? Signature braids with elegant loops, gleaming gold and crimson ornaments, perhaps forged by the gods themselves. No doubt designed to contain her limitless magic. So silly. Wait, apparently the ears are decorative and her ears are tucked elsewhere. Interesting. Cute ribbon, robe's a masterpiece. We do associate robes with witches as well, which is helping. Okay, and then let's see, do they have anything down here? Primary race outfit, obsession with magic, and grandma are inspired by the American sitcom Bewitched? Really? A reference to the fact that the real-life Sweep Tosho's dam, Tabitha Tosho, and Grandam, Samantha Tosho, were both named after characters from the show. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was why they went with the witch angle for her. But okay, I see. Cute. Works for me. Love it has ears. Could have easily tucked them in the hat. No, her ears are tucked into the hat somewhere, and the ears are fake. But yeah, that is a fun tie-in. I love that they did some research into her background and her, I guess, relatives to bring that in, because I think they do say that her hat is a gift from her grandmom or something too, which is cute. Yeah, Japan did really like Bewitched, I have heard. Who's next? Simbali Rudolph. We're gonna do father and son somewhat closely together here. Why are they fake? Because why not? Because it's kind of cute and silly. Here's Simbali Rudolph. I still, listen to me. Once upon a time, we did a critique for Simbali Rudolph at length. Listen, her outfit totally makes sense. She is supposed to look like a general or a king, and her outfit does that. She's got a really regal red color. She's got a cravat on. She's got military greens with her, all of her little emblems and awards and things that she's wearing. Her clothing feels very, like, clean. A lot of squares because she's very dependable. She almost has like a Greek pattern that's referential of like a laurel crown, which also is denoting status too. I have never gotten used to her hair. All of you told me a year ago that in the anime and in the game you'll get used to her hair. I haven't. I have her. I've played her career probably 100 times. I have never gotten used to her hair being colored this way. I don't understand. Why did they do it this way? The brown with the lighter brown behind it has always been so odd to me. And I still think that my edit where I inverted the browns made more sense because it had better contrast against her clothing. It drives me nuts. Yeah, she's the emperor, which is why she's supposed to feel like she is, you know, professional and in charge and military. At least it's focal. I'll give her that. Her head is at least somewhat focal, although I think the red of her little capelet is maybe more focal, but her hair still gives me psychic damage. I won't put her fully in the psychic damage category because I think that her outfit works really well. It tells me what I need to know about her very effectively, but I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. When you can't decide on cool, neutral, or worm-toned hair, I know. I can't get used to it, so I can't put her in thumbs up because that just one thing drives me so nuts about her. The horse is bay with a black mane and stripe, right? Let's see. We can find out. I'll find out. I'll look. IRL. Yeah, black mane. She does have her blaze on her forehead. Yeah. If I did that to a client, they'd yell at me. But like, seeing the horse, I feel like it still makes more sense to have the lighter brown be around her face and the darker brown be behind her head. Because if we're looking at the horse's head, that's the way that it's placed. Anyways, I don't know, man, I got used. I'm glad you got used to it, but I didn't get used to it. They still could have given her multiple tones in her hair. I just feel like they did not execute it in an effective manner. It bugs me. It bothers me less in this illustration because they made her hair ombre to that color in the back, and they also made her ears darker at the tip, and her tail is darker. So it feels a little bit more balanced, but because we don't have those ombres in her like final official design, it just doesn't work quite right for me. I don't know. I don't know. This might be one of the opinions I have that people disagree with the most because I got yelled at a lot in the comments for editing her last time, but I'm standing on this statement. I do not agree with her hair. Tamamo Cross. I know Tamamo Cross gets a lot more depth in Cinderella Grey, but I don't know about any of that, unfortunately. Did they nerf her thigh size in the concept art? I don't know. Maybe? It seems like the proportions that the Umas had in their concept art did not stay in the actual game, unfortunately. Like, I like the way that they draw a lot of the Uma's faces better in the anime than the way that they have them in the game. Like, Opera's is fine, but like, Goldship's face isn't as distinct. This game does have a little bit of same face syndrome. Not a ton, because they do vary their eye shapes a good bit, but like, everyone has the same shape of face. Their nose and mouth are in the exact same spot. And more or less, they pretty much all have the same eyebrows too, so it does bug me a little bit. Just a little. Can take her game design seriously because she's such an insane muscle definition in the show. Which is so funny because I have seen so much art of Tamamo Cross with like the crazy muscle definition. And she is such a little chibi in the game. She's so short. Her ears are so big and her head accessory is so exaggerated. It all makes her just look so much smaller and so much like thinner also. Like her arms and legs are not especially thick. I don't know. Different jawline can say a lot too. Yeah, that's what I want. Like Goldship has a much more specific jawline in the anime and I prefer it. But I think they're using the same head sculpt for everybody in the game, more or less, and that's why we're not getting variety, which is unfortunate. But yeah, making Tamamo Cross more buff would make her stand out more. It'd be fun. But we're not committing to that. She also has a original design versus official design that is really different. And is it crazy to say that I almost prefer her original design more than her final design? I lose her white pants against her skin tone a lot, and the blue is just overwhelming for me, unfortunately. There's just too much of it. I love her hair accessory, don't get me wrong. It's so exaggerated. It adds so much to her silhouette and makes her recognizable. But like, I feel like, I mean, it's sporty, which makes sense for her, but at the same time, I feel like the color balance is not working for me. People seem to like Tamamo Cross more in the game. Apparently her personality is different in the two media. Really? Okay. Her concept one looks very heavy on small creature. Yes. Yeah, this is very 4th of July. It is very 4th of July. We've got red and blue stripes Her belt is diagonal, which adds a little bit of asymmetry, which is nice. But I'm just kind of overwhelmed when I look at her. My eyes zero into this area and don't really leave because I lose her pants against her legs. And like her face isn't especially interesting as a result either. I don't know. Did you know when she finally got monies, stock price fell, she lost a third of it anyways? No! 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 Blue and red because of the jockey? No, I know. But this also is blue and red, like the jockey. It has a lot more exaggerated shapes to it, and the blue and red just aren't as overwhelming in the way they've been executed. They make her head interesting and they make her, like, shirt interesting without being overwhelming. I don't know if I'm such a big fan of the fact that it's kind of just simply a school uniform that's just made a lot bigger here. But here, I don't know. It's a lot more sporty, but it's too saturated and overwhelming for me. I have to put you in here. It's not quite thumbs down, maybe. Actually, I think I'm being too nice. I think I've been maybe a little bit too nice to maybe too many of the girlies. My bias may be showing, just maybe a hair of fraction, potentially. Same voice actress, too, which is crazy. Her Cinderella Grey voice makes her less childish. Ah, see, the voice acting direction changes a lot. A lot of the time when people complain about voice acting being like lackluster or strange, a lot of it can boil down to how effective the director is. If the director is not providing good feedback and guidance, or just guidelines, the voice acting will suffer, even if you have the greatest voice actor ever. It happens. Oh, hi, Bill. Are you raiding? Bringing the hoot hoots? Oh, I see. Perhaps. Hi, hoot hoot. I wish it would have given me notification, but hi, hoot hoot. Hi, Plumies. How are you? What are you up to, Plumies? How was your stream? I'm Squiiji. I'm a freelance artist fungi. I'm also an art educator. And today we are continuing our Umamusume character design tier list. We're looking at Tamamo Cross right now, but hi, Fung hi. How was your stream? What were you up to today? What were you doing? Showmates, could you rotate for the Raiders, please? I saw a little bit of rotation. We can do better than that. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know you want to rotate. We barely rotated today. Come on. Come on. Tamamo in the anime is way more serious than the game. She's a bit more comedy themed. Yeah, she's a little bit more comedy focused in the game, I'll say. Or like even in the early seasons of the anime, in like season 1, her character just appears to be a rival in an eating contest, I think, and that's it. She does get a lot more depth, it seems like, in other locations, perhaps. Is it Overlord posting time yet? Overlord posting time? Overlord posting? What do you mean by that? Okay, I guess you can sniff the raiders, that's fine, but be nice about it. Don't be weird. Respect their personal space, please. Piling up art tax now too? Oh, what do you have for me? Working on comms? Oh, was that what you did on stream? A little bit of comm work? How did it go? Can I see? Perhaps. Mayhaps can I see? Please. If you'd be so kind and or maybe so willing. Or I guess if your client would be so willing, also maybe. Tax. Demand tax. True, so you can demand the tax. You tell me. What do you mean I tell you? I tell you? Bill, give me your art. You're giving me the option of whether or not you get the option, and I'm deciding that you don't get an option. You should show me what you're working on. I decide that you need to. Oh, how did it go? You tell me. It gives you the art. Okay. I was like, what do you mean? Here, I'll take a look at it. I gotta move over here. Bop. There we go. Oh, Squiggles, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, Bill did send it. I forget that I don't get notifications while I'm live. The mini character is my only reference. Oh, look at this dapper fella with a little hat. Am I okay to show the roommates this? Bill, I guess you're working on it on stream, so they could see it anyway. So I'm gonna guess that means it's okay to show. Pop. Little black and white study so far. Public one? Okay, hell yeah. Interpreting this cute little guy into a full dapper fella, it looks good. It looks good. I'm excited to see it in color. This is very Pokemon-y, I feel like the way you've drawn the face. I wonder if your Pokemon challenge is influencing the way that you're drawing right now. Because the pose also feels kind of Pokemon-y. This fella's pulling a Pokeball out of the jacket, get ready to throw it maybe. It's a fun pose. A lot of motion. Probably. Umamusume is influencing the way I'm drawing right now, because I just drew an Uma OC, and now I was drawing something else, and I was like, E.G., you don't draw like this. E.G., you don't draw with this much detail. What are you doing? Stop. Cool it. Calm down. You don't have to make it that realistic. But it is good doing style studies. It does help you learn things. But Shroommates, look how delicious and delectable this is. Look how cool. Nice little, what do you call it? Like newsboy cap. Fun little mustache. I'm excited to see it in color. You're also so efficient with drawing. I am very slow. I'll be like this later, likely. Yeah, here, look, we can see an example of Bill's color work here, perhaps. So I'm excited to see how it looks colored. I forget that you do a black and white to color technique. I used to work like that sometimes when I used to teach digital painting, but these days I like working straight in color because I feel like the values, I need the color and value at the same time. I struggle to make things make sense if I only have value sometimes, but Phil, thank you for sharing with us. Thank you. If you and the Plumies need to do things like eat or drink or snug me, go for it. Take care of yourselves. If you want to stick around and horse around with us, you're also welcome to do that too. I gotta figure out who we left off on here. Oh, Opera. Opera. TM Opera. Of course, thanks for having us. Yeah, you're welcome here anytime. Whenever you would like. One of these days, actually, I don't know if that's true. I say one of these days I'd like to raid you back, but you end stream before me forever because we both have very consistent schedules, and I also can't raid on YouTube. Bill, do you stream on Twitch? I know you have a Twitch account, but I don't know if I've seen you stream on Twitch. I'm just curious. Love the Uma fan designs. Fun seeing the artist's different interpretations of the same horse. Yeah, it is fun. I love seeing people guess also in advance of Uma's releasing too. It's cool. Everybody interprets things in entirely different ways, but let's see who we have here. I haven't, no. Ah, I see. Which is fair. The Twitch can be strange. Just start dropping a link to Phil's stream in chat. I guess we could also. Still streaming the same schedule? What do you mean, if you were on Twitch? Don't know. What do you mean? Just get rated there too. Oh. Well, hey, one of these days, if I have like an unusual day of the week or time stream, I'll keep an eye on you. You're not safe from me. Don't count yourself as safe. You'll never escape me and my clutches. I'll find a way. Someday. I'll figure it out. Just sneeze me scared across the room. Oh no! You're embracing the Uma within your heart though, which is good. Here's Opera. She hates me, by the way. TM Opera O despises me and refuses to do a successful career if I'm watching. Maybe she'll do it correctly for others, but never for me, ever. She hates me. She hates me! Have a good one. Take care, Shroommates. Thank you, Vil. Take care, Plumies. Also in Vil. This is Opera. She is the overlord of the Century's End, right? That's what her epithet is. Centurial overlord. Yeah, so she's got her crown. She feels like a very theatrical king. She's got all of her gold adornments. She's got jewels, and she's so fancy with her capelet and her little pauldrons that are almost like epaulettes. She's got elements that sort of hang almost the way that like badges that you would receive in the military might. She's so ornate. There's so much happening here. Our overlord. Always TM Opera O Trailblazer. Is she a pair? No. False. I'm not doing it. I refuse to run careers with her. I have her. She was my first 3-star and I can't. I cannot do it. She drives me nuts. She will not listen. She always gets mood down events and it drives me crazy. But she's a really cool character and I love her in the anime. She's so good in the anime. She's so funny. But yeah, she's a theater kid and she will not listen to me. But I think this design does give us a good idea of the fact that she is over the top just a little bit. She's got gold embellishments everywhere. She's got stripes all over the place. She's got gold and pink and purple and green and little bits of red and little bits of teal all over the place. She's so ornate. Just like spam train stam until I get to 700-ish by the long spring race. That's not even the problem I have with her. She just hates me and fails like 5% trainings. she gets the 5% every time, which theoretically should not be how probability works. But it's 5% 100% of the time. She just doesn't listen. I have terrible luck with her, unfortunately, is the problem. I love her as a design, though. I love her as a design. She's very cool looking. I do think that there's some, like, maybe minorly odd things with balance in her design, where the patterning of her skirt is kind of overwhelming. She does feel a little bit gestury to me because of the pink, white, pink, white, pink, white striping that she has going on, but maybe that is supposed to lean into the fact that she is more theatrical than really a king. Don't know. Looks like she trots into the stadium and jingles the whole time. Yeah, you can hear her coming because of all of her gold accessories tinking against each other. Pretty funny with her design, since apparently the Iroh horse was described as kind of ugly. Hey, rude! How can a horse be ugly? I think that's impossible. That's not how that works. Hey. Umamusume uses XCOM percentage. Even 1% can be dangerous. I know, and it drives me a little bit nuts. But for Opera, I think there's some elements to her color design that are just a little bit overwhelming, but generally, I find her to be a very memorable design. Her short bob hairstyle, I think, fits her very well. And for how, like, a little bit Oji-sama she is, yeah, she's noisy. Her outfit's noisy. Her outfit feels regal, but over the top. It makes sense for her. She is somebody where what you see is what you get. I get a good read of her personality. I get a good read of her history. I think it works. My Opera fails the 5% in wit for some reason and wins 50% ones and everything else. Uma's behave differently for everybody is what we've determined. Let's see, is there anything I need to notice about her colors? Yeah, race attire truly fit for a king, with gold flourishes, pauldrons, placard and gauntlets, yeah. Gold trim, gold rings, medals, yep. Baubles, pink cape, gold belt with ornaments. Anything else down here? Yeah. Reference to opera. In the reference to horse name, the design intends to invoke the splendor of a lead character on an opera stage, which is why she's a little over the top. Based on formidable racing record. Incorporates a crown, yep. Based on jock silk patterns. Okay, nice. I think we get pretty much everything from her. Makes sense. Never seen an ugly horse, but apparently Eclipse was uniquely ugly. Again, I don't think it's possible for an animal to be ugly. We are somehow enforcing our understanding of aesthetics onto creatures that does not relate to. They have their own standards for beauty that we may or may not agree with. And a horse is a horse, and I feel like it's mean to hold them to our standards. Hang on, I will have a sip of drink. I don't know, naked mole rats are kind of ugly. Disagree. I think they're cute. They're just little guys. They do look maybe a little bit silly, but they are adapted to the environment they're meant to live in. They're fun. I think they're fine. Fan art of her and Dodo is extremely precious. I do agree. I think Opera and Dodo are a very cute combo. Look, Teo! Hi, Teo! Cries! Cries and sobs. Hi, Teo! Hi, Tokai Teo. You and Special Week, I feel like we're designed with the pretty much the exact same design conventions in mind. You are both idols. She does take a little bit of influence from the fact that Rudolph is her idol and also her father, from the fact that she is also wearing an epaulette with a cape on one side. But to me, I feel like this is sort of Special Week 2.0. Yeah, protagonist design. Jubby gets these two incredibly confused. So that is my not litmus test, but like my cold read, which is that despite the fact that they both have different outfits and a different primary color in their palette and they have different hairstyles, they are both brunette girls who are protagonists in the series with a white stripe down the center of their head, and their outfits have very similar stylings with the little zigzag bit at the bottom, idol style clothing. It's confusing. Confident Week, that's true. She is confident, high-pitched Week, who can also dance. Two are easy to confuse. I think they could have given them more distinctly different shapes for their clothing. I think that would have benefited them greatly. Because granted, this pose is not making it very clear, but her silhouette is somewhat different. She is shorter than Special Week. She does have taller boots, and she's got the cape on one side, which adds some nice, like, subtle asymmetry. But I feel like they could have done more to differentiate them. I don't know. Ties too much design. I thought they looked all that alike. I don't think they actually look like that much similar, but they're just using similar shapes in their clothing, and they both have a similar hair color. And I think it's enough to make them confusing to people who are casually viewing, perhaps. Did the trio and promotional material. What if that impacted their designs? Like, those three together kind of read like the Powerpuff Girls. Oh, wait, that is kind of interesting, because they do all have very similar attire in the fact that they are wearing something of an idol style clothing that is also influenced by school clothing. They all have the sort of like sharp underside of their skirt, or like the pattern of their jockey silks directly on their skirt. Maybe they were designed with the same conventions in mind. Oink! I've accidentally hit a button and I lost her. Teo!
I think Opera's best moment is in the BMW race, where everyone was on Biwa. Tickets or Taishan's team and Taishan had the best team with Gold Ship, Baboon, Opera, Agnes Tolkien, etc. But Taishan is refusing the race because she has depression, and Day was Scarlet, I think, is running interviews and asks, Gold Ship, how is Narita Taishan going on? T-Man. And Opera goes, who's Narita Taishan?
Opera isn't worried about it. Opera shouldn't be worried about anything. Opera is the centaurial overlord. Opera has nothing to worry about, except when I'm her trainer, because then she has to worry about everything, I guess. I wonder if it's sort of a holdover from how the beta designs for the Umos feel more school uniform-ish, which a lot moved away from, but not sure if Teo or Special Week did. That's fair. What does her beta design look like? I mean, this is pretty much exactly the same as what we got. I don't think it changed very much at all. I feel like her exaggerated sleeves make her silhouette a little bit more different, and I guess her buttons do make her outfit a little bit more general inspired than Special Week. It's not hurting her design that much. I still would give her a thumbs up, but it is odd that these two are so easily confused for each other, and I just thought it was worth pointing out, maybe. Given dual earrings for inability to conceive, allegedly? What? Who? You talking about Opera? Which one? Opera's on Taishan's team and goes, who's Taishan? That's sad. That's kind of sad that she doesn't even know her own teammate. No fine motion? Oh, fine motion. We're in a completely different area than fine motion right now. Hang on, fine motion, we looked at before. I did just finally get the fine motion wit card, but I only got one copy of it and I'm not happy about it. Tosin Jordan. I kind of love Tosin Jordan, and I wish she was more viable, but her outfit is a little bit of a mess to me. I get that she's another one of the Gyaru girlies, along with Daikuto, Helios, and some of the others, and the ones that adopted Gold City. But I think she's so fun. I love how girly she is. I love her personality. She's so funny to me. And again, maybe I'm just somebody who's a big fan of pigtails, but her pigtails being so big and fluffy and wavy works well for her silhouette. Works for her theme even if it's indeed a mess. Yeah, it works for her theme even if it is kind of a mess. Who's the blonde girlie from Persona? Are you talking about Anne? Could be Anne, maybe. Looks better in the Tracing uniform. This is one of the cases where I prefer the way she looks in her Tracing uniform over her actual design. But here, listen to me. I get it that a lot of Gyaru style design is intentionally kind of counterculture and maybe a little bit garish, or maybe atypical to what we might expect from fashion. So I understand that that's what they're doing, and they're doing it intentionally. I have seen Gyaru fashion that is visually overwhelming to look at, but a lot of people are a fan of it precisely for that reason. It's attempting to have its own type of style and sensibility that exists, you know, outside of what we generally would consider to be fashionable. And part of that is being over the top and a little bit too much. So I know why they're doing this. It makes sense. They're leaning into a very particular style of fashion. However, I feel like there's just like a couple things that are a little bit odd to me with the way it's executed, perhaps. The color distribution is a little bit strange. There's purples, but they only really appear in the lower part of her design. Her hair bows being blue would make me think that blue would be a bigger proportion of her design overall, but it's only really in a couple small little places. And if we were to talk about color hierarchy, which is a topic right now in VTubing, which I'm so happy about. I'm so happy people are gonna know what the term means now. Thank you, King Pina. Shout out for making VTubers aware of color hierarchy. But color hierarchy is the phenomenon where a design should have color proportions that vary in sort of an exponential manner, where you should have maybe 60% of a design be one color, 30% of a design be a second color, maybe 9% be a third color, 1% be a fourth color, or something like that, where each step the color is getting like significantly less, because that helps us to create emphasis in a design, and it also helps us to, you know, add better flow. Why would VTubers know color hierarchy? They wouldn't, but a lot of them are designing themselves, which is why I think they should know it. That's why I think they should know it. I'm just excited that they're learning what it is, because it's helping them so that way when they, you know, maybe commission a design in the future, or when they're looking for outfits or something, it'll help them to be better informed when they go to do that. I'm saying VTubers, but I guess maybe more so I'm talking about VTubers as far as the critiques. Right, I mean, what is teaching them? Oh, there is a trend happening right now on Twitter. If I just do a search here. Oh, wait, hang on. Search bar, please. Where is the search when I have it this small? It might actually even be trending right now, is it? Let's see. Feeling left out the community. No. Yeah, color palettes. Here it is. It's trending. Yeah. Carbon made a site that allows you to extract it from your design, essentially. But Pina essentially just posted showing the color proportions in her design here, and it like took off on Twitter, essentially. Twitter. Yeah. Twitter. But if you guys are curious, I can send this to you here. But it's another one of those things like when we did sort of the inspiration challenge on Twitter, when VTubers did that, or when VTubers did the silhouette recognition challenge, where it's something that like your average VTuber or fella may not be familiar with, but I'm glad that we're doing things that make people more familiar with it. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I gotta focus again. But I think that the number one thing that Tosin Jordan suffers from is just her color hierarchy is not very clear or effective. She's got a lot of black in her design, but I feel like the amount of green, the amount of blue, and the amount of purple is all very similar. And as a result, it's creating like a weird element where it's not moving my eye effectively, and it feels like there's just not a lot of unity, unfortunately. She's a design that I really want to love, but I kind of got to put her in the meh category though, because any Uma who I prefer when they are not wearing their unique racewear, I gotta put in meh. How would you fix it? I would fix it by perhaps using this blue in her diamonds down here. That way we're consistently using blue for diamonds. I think I would switch her blue shoe to this foot and make the white shoe this foot. There's only a little tiny bit of white, so I almost don't feel like she needs white. I get that they're probably doing it because the Uma has one white foot, like the real horse does, but there's other horses where they have that phenomenon going on and they just don't use that in the design, so I don't know if we absolutely have to. I feel like the color undertone of this purple could use to be a little bit cooler, so it feels more analogous with the blues, and I think that would be my solution for the most part. I don't know. Number one problem of Jordan is Golshi. The two of them do actually have like a rivalry. Tosin Jordan wants nothing to do with whatever Golshi is up to, which is funny. Looking at the jockey silks, party should be blue over green. Where did the purple come from? Don't know. Also, I think the pink is unnecessary. I don't think we even need this pink in the palette, because it's only appearing on her thigh and on her shoe, so therefore it's not providing a lot of unity either throughout. But that's that on that, maybe. Is there any other details I should be getting? Let's see. Does she have a note down here? Character profile, obsession with nails, frequent issues with cracked hooves. Wait, that's kind of a fun little Easter egg. The real horse having cracked hoof issues, therefore Tosin Jordan obsessing over her nails. That's fun for personality. Jordan's the horse that pissed off Golshi and caused the 12 billion yen incident. Really? I didn't know that was her. I know that in the game they don't get along, or don't get along, I say in quotations, as much as Umamusume will let them, but that's interesting. could have happened was that she was going to be more blue, but that might clash with, oh, okay. They're trying to give them more unique identities in their group, maybe. But at that, they could have just leaned more into the green or to the aqua color more. I don't know. Interesting. Anyways, Twin Turbo. She's so over the top. This is Miku as a horse. It wasn't Tosin Jordan, but another horse. Oh, wasn't it? Interesting. What is the truth? Is it Tosin Jordan or not? This is a VTuber. Yes. VTuber horse? Yes, sure. Are you saying that because her voice actress is actually a VTuber? Or are you saying that just because she looks like a VTuber? Looks like she knows what Skibbity Toilet is. Interesting. So, this is Twin Turbo. Her design is rather interesting. I tend to be a fan of the gradation in her pigtails, but I feel like her one green sleeve and the fact that she's wearing mustard-colored shoes is maybe like a strange combo. There's not anywhere else in her design that her mustard shoes are repeated. I wish they were just green. I don't know why they're yellow. Why are they gold? Why? Her face is focal because her skin tone provides a color we don't see elsewhere, but I think the green is stealing my attention a little bit more than it should be. I do wish that maybe her bangs had a little bit of the teal that the ends of her hair had. She is also a rare case in Umamusume where her hair color is not reflective of the real horse's coloration, but it's because they're trying to go for the fact that she is more like turbo engine. She's supercharged in her color. Yeah, her strategy is just run for your life. So she's got her little jet engines on her shoes. She's got the insides of her ears, which almost feels similar to the inside of an engine also a little bit. What do you mean the real horse wasn't blue? If the real horse was blue, we'd probably be making Sonic jokes. Wait, Tosin Jordan and Goldsheep raced at the same time, but different horse involved in the incident. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah. Pretty sure none of the voice actors is a VTuber unless you count Goldship as a VTuber. Oh, I guess Goldship herself is kind of a VTuber, but not fully. But yeah, so Twin Turbo's design has little gears on her clothing. Her clothing's a little bit more tech-inspired, perhaps. She's got a really big star as an asymmetrical element on her shirt, and then she's got this sort of like striped earpiece up here. So she does have some nice asymmetry, and she's got her little stuffed animal strapped to her, which is cute. I want to see what the notes they gave on her are, because I feel like we get a good read of her personality here. She's little, she's full of energy because she's very saturated. She's got a lot of sharp points to her, like her teeth, which means that she means business. She's just got a little bit of chaotic gremlin energy, I would say. Yeah, turbo boost. This wild charger knows no limits. Brimming with youthful energy who wants to run like crazy. Almost elegant and would be if she wasn't unhinged. Bangs are messy. She's got heterochromia, yep. Oh yeah, she's got the swirly, mesmerizing pattern because she's a little unhinged. Uniquely her own, futuristic streetwear style, rarely seen amongst the girls, that's true. Spree runs down both sleeves. 4 gears embedded into the design. Actual tangible gears, if they hold some mysterious mechanical purpose. She's got a plush rabbit in her torso. Interesting. Yeah, twin turbo exhaust pipes. Do you have any more notes for her outfit? Often falls after winning a race due to exhaustion, which references the runaway running style requiring more stamina. Interesting. Wait, the rabbit on her outfit is named Triple Turbo, which is a gift from her mother. Wait, that's so cute. Twin Turbo, the runaway horse that's afraid of other horses and often exhausted by last spurt. Oh god. I think that her design is very memorable for the fact that her hair is blue. She stands out in her personality as well, but she's not perfect. I think her shoes are the wrong color, and I feel like we could have distributed the teal a little bit more around her face to add some more interest. And the heterochromia, I wonder what led to that being the decision for her. Why heterochromia for her? The swirly insides of her eyes do tell us she's a little unhinged, but I don't know. Jordan was not the horse that cost 12 billion yen. I see, okay, that may have been a one guy type of situation. It's okay, it happens. Turbo did at times race ignoring anything about stamina and run out of stamina. that'll happen. If you don't pace yourself, you will suffer the consequences. Squeegee, squeegee. Ooh, vodka! Hi, vodka! The favorite Uma of one Vinny Vine Sauce. Which I did not like watching him play Umamusume. I actually did not enjoy that at all. I was like, my favorite guy. Not really, but the guy who I watch the most out of like streamers and things like that, playing Umamusume. I love Umamusume. Vinny accidentally has a vodka figure, which he's had for a long time. But watching him play the game, I forget that most of his audience is like normies, essentially, and they were all so weird about it. They were like not being good sports, and it really ruined it for me, and I was so sad. Where's her lost twin sister, Tequila? Tequila! Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Her twin sister is busy producing music, perhaps. What do you mean, normies? People who dislike anime. People who hate anime and think anime is exclusively inappropriate and uncool and weird. They couldn't get over the fact that horses were based on real girls. Or that the girls were based on horses. They thought it was a really weird concept. And they were making a lot of inappropriate jokes about it, taking it in weird directions. And it kind of ruined it for me. I guess saying normies is a weird way of putting it, but like people who just like are unfamiliar with the culture that Umamusume exists within. People who just, I don't know. They just don't understand. Horses based on girls? That would be funny as a separate concept. People like that still exist? Yes, they do. Oh my god, yes, they do. Not as much as they used to when I was younger, but yes, they definitely do. Ooh. Found it weird initially. That was the first series of the anime. I mean, maybe if you encountered it in like 2018, people may have been a little bit less open-minded to the concept, perhaps. But yeah, like it was just a lot of haters, unfortunately. Haters is a better word than normies for it. Haters would be the word I would use. But anyways, vodka. I have never understood the weird gadget she has on her ears or the reason why she's wearing a stopwatch around her neck. But it is interesting. Again, her outfit being more tomboyish does help to set her apart from a lot of the other characters because so many of them are in idol-style outfits. I do like her cropped shirt. It does add something interesting. But I think one of the critiques I had for her, because we did do an at-length crit, was that she kind of exhibits ladder design. Her shorts are like the same width as the distance between her shorts and her socks, which is the same width as her shirt is. So there's a little bit of repetition happening in her torso that's just too evenly spaced out for me. But her colors are nice and bright and bold. Her hair covering one eye makes her edgy, which is fun. And the sharpness of her, I keep forgetting the word for it, her blaze on her forehead, I think does lend well to the character. Her hair has a unique silhouette to it. And she just, I don't know if we can even see her accessory, but she's wearing like a strange tech accessory where her human ear would be if she had it. Are they supposed to be like training Olympic runners? Boomer Dad got it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're training Olympic athletes, but they also happen to kind of be inspired by horses. Stopwatch is a reference to her win at the Japan Derby. Is the stopwatch like marked with her time at the Japan Derby? Third mare to win the Japan Derby and the first one since the 40s. I do know that, you know, for the fact that she is a mare, she made some incredible accomplishments because abundantly horse racing is dominated by the stallions, as you can tell in Umamusume, because most of them are based on stallions. But she and Daiwa Scarlet, among a couple of others, really were fantastic. They were so cool. Pseudo earrings. I guess they kind of are pseudo earrings. Yeah, golden band in her ear. Accessory on the side of her head are glowing teal and yellow jewels, which is kind of strange. Leather jacket with a collar that flares upwards. Interesting. Let's see. Do we have notes about the design here somewhere? Yeah. Jockey silks are reflective. Her real-life counterpart was a mare whose large feet was defeating stallions in the Japanese Derby. Her outfit is designed to be reminiscent of a biker to emanate the coolness of her feet. Ah, I see. Okay, I see. I saw people complaining on Twitter recently about how they don't think that Vodka looks like somebody who would have won as many G1s as she did. And I disagree. I think she looks fine. Unfortunately, she is a 2-star and therefore was designed as such, where I like really feel like she and Daiwa Scarlet deserve to be 3 stars. It's weird to me that they're not, considering their accomplishments. But I guess it is just, you know, early Umamusume, perhaps, because there are 3 stars that have released since them who have significantly less accomplishments. So she does suffer maybe a little bit from being a 2-star in that they didn't really exaggerate her design maybe as much as I would have liked. But I have to say, she is one of the most memorable Umas for me also in Umamusume. She's kind of iconic. She's Jubby's favorite also. Jubby really likes her. Getting her design kicks 8? Yeah, it does. I think she's cool. I think she looks cool, personally. 2 centimeters taller than Daiwa because she went against Daiwa in her last race by 2 centimeters. Oh my god, they're being... they're being a little bit vindictive with that, I feel like. That's funny. Funny because her IRL dad made it in the game. Yes, Tamino, how do you say her name? Tamino Gimlet is also in the game. And is similarly edgy. They do feel like family for the way that they're designed. But Vodka to me is one of the standout memorable characters. There's 5 Umas with 7 G1 wins, and she's one of them. I know, and she's a 2-star, which is what drives me nuts. Why is she a 2-star? I don't know. I think ease of access Umas were the only bad ones people wouldn't want to start as much, maybe. I guess. The fact that she is easy to access, and she is a viable Uma to play with in the game, despite being 2 stars. Like, when I won one of the cups with her. I won a CM. My Taiki Shuttle took 2nd to her, which was crazy. She's a viable girly still, despite being a 2-star, which is deserved, but I don't know. The way that they have all of that sorted out is interesting to me sometimes. Like, Twin Turbo being a 2-star, I'm fine, I guess. I don't know. Winning Ticket. Otherwise known to me as Whining Ticket. I got a bunch of comments after my complaints about her last stream, calling her Whining Ticket. 2 stars can be strong. Yeah, Goldchip is 2-star and is quite strong. Goldchip is like the meta pick for certain runs. Counter banishment? What are you guys doing? Why are we sending each other to jail? Twitch chat, what's going on? Hello? Double Jet is a 1-star? Twin Turbo's a 1-star? I thought she was 2. Interesting. Hi, Winning Ticket. I know Winning Ticket is another Uma who people have opinions on that really go one way or the other. There's a big split about her design. I think she looks kind of silly. Her hair shape reminds me of those little mini sausages when you cut them so that they look like squids. I feel like her bang style is part of what is making her feel that way to me. The red makes her torso pretty much the entire focal point, unfortunately, also. I do appreciate that she is a little bit sportier than a lot of the Umas are. She's wearing her functional spandex shorts. She's got sort of like safety buckles on her skirt. She's got a sports bra on. And she's wearing like a sweat style vest, which used to be kind of popular in athletics. So like she is more athletically inclined, but it's... I don't know if her design works for me. It's just a little bit too loud in some ways, which I guess she is a loud Uma when I've played her career. But I don't know. The color design, I don't know if fully works for me. I do have some clarity trouble also with her partial skirt. And the fact that her shoes include every color that's in her design is also kind of a lot for me. It's a little bit of a mess. But I don't know if I like this design all that much better either, unfortunately. I feel like she just needs bangs. Just give her bangs. The part, I don't know if works for her. Give her bangs. I saw somebody say they prefer her casual outfit, so now I'm just curious. I want to see her casual outfit. But unfortunately for me, I'm putting her in thumbs down. I don't really like her design that much. I like Winning Ticket's alts. Well, let's see. What is her casual outfit? Maybe I'm being biased because I also am not a big fan of her as a character, but... Is this her casual outfit? That's kind of cute. I like her hat. It makes her hair feel less weird, and it adds something interesting to her silhouette, because I feel like her silhouette's also a little bit lackluster for me, too. Run. Yeah. Got her little band-aid on her face. She's got her watch on. She does look a little bit like a rapper. Yeah, she looks a little hip-hop inspired. But honestly, her athleisure wear that she has for her racing outfit is also kind of hip-hop styled too. But I like the hat that says win. I would say this is better. Loud and messy for sure. I mean, she is also loud and messy, huh? So maybe it's fitting for her. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I feel like it's garish in a way that doesn't work for me. Who is this? I don't know what her name is. I don't know what her name is either. I don't know what this character's name is. There's a couple of global fellas who I'm not familiar with. What is that alt? What do you mean? The alternative one down here? She has one that's like a little bit steampunky, I think. Yeah. This one. Dream Deliverer. This one's fun, also. She's got some good alts. Yeno Muteki. I don't know anything about this Uma at all. Is this Uma popular at all? Do I recognize her in a race outfit? No, I don't. Whoa, where are her limbs? Where are her limbs? Oh boy. There's quite a clarity thing happening right now. Her fists and her gloves are the exact same color as her, was this obi? And since it's placed right next to them, I can't see him at all. There's no clarity in that area, unfortunately. Man, whoopsie. She was in Cinderella Grey, okay. One after her is Yamanin Zephyr. You'll have to remind me after that. So, this design, yeah, the pose is the choice. The foreshortening on her hand, I don't know if it is quite working. She does have traditional inspired clothing on. She's got a primary color palette. It's blue, yellow, and red. The red is really making the focal point for me, her torso, because that's also where the highest level of detail is, unfortunately. She's got a pinwheel in her hair, which is interesting. So I wonder if she's another Uma who has some sort of like festival inspiration, but her gloves make me assume that she's probably martial arts inspired in some way, despite the fact that this does not seem like the type of outfit that I would associate with a martial arts design. Her card at MLB support card is one of the most valuable in the game for parent runs. Really? I think I might actually have one of her cards, now that I'm thinking about it. She's got a card that feels like it's almost like metal inspired. I want to know what the deal is with her. Runs the dignity of a warrior, fists that pierce the wind, and kicks that shake the earth. Interesting. Fierce as fire and calm as water. Carries her fiery spirit with spiked layers in her hair. Okay, that makes sense for personality. Unique and rare lightning at the tips. Flower pinwheel, hanging black ribbon. The pinwheel may symbolize the passage of life and growth in Shinto beliefs. Represents good fortune or simply just reflects her unique fashion sense. Okay. Inspiration from a yukata. Battle-ready spirit. Multi-layered and designed for mobility. I mean, she's got safety shorts underneath. I guess the fact that there's no sleeves also gives her a little bit more mobility. Her traditional farm, I guess. Or I remember, okay. Oh, there's not a lot of details for her, unfortunately. No Reason is her friend and roommate. What a name for an Uma. Geometric patterns. Separate red sash on top. Large tie at the top. Gradient design. Shoes combine two classic Japanese styles. Right shoe is a waraji. Lightweight sandal, left is a gaita. Platform shoe commonly worn daily. Imbalanced footwear reflects her journey to find balance and harmony within herself. Oh, okay. Imbalanced footwear. Interesting. Her trainer is a dojo sensei old man. Okay. So I would say that maybe conceptually her design makes some sense, although if it were not for her stance, I don't think I would understand that she is a martial artist at all from the way that she is designed. And maybe that's just me, but when I think about martial artists, I usually think about a couple particular styles of sleeves and collars and pants and things like that. Look at her concept to see a little better. Like, her gloves definitely help, but open-toed shoes for kicking really are not comfortable at all, unfortunately. Although I guess, depending on what martial art style she's doing, sometimes some styles use bare feet as opposed. Sometimes I suspect the design is just what the owners like. It could be true, could be fair, maybe. Could have given her shorts and had that style. Yeah, like, I feel like I would want something maybe a little bit more practical for the martial arts angle because kicking in a skirt is kind of cumbersome, unfortunately. I don't know. The color design also makes the center of her body kind of too distracting for me as well because that's also where all the detail is. I would say this is not all that memorable of a design to me, which I feel like is also coming from the fact that I'm fatigued of the fantasy formal outfits from other gacha games. This does not feel like Umamusume to me. This feels like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail to me. Granted, I don't think either of those games would have given their character the box or the gloves like this maybe, but she's very symmetrical. She's got maybe a little bit more detail than she needs, and her clothing is not practical for what her occupation supposedly is. And maybe it's just my own fatigue with that speaking and pushing her towards the meh feeling. It's okay. Who was the other one? Something Zephyr? I found that if I don't search for them in the right order, they don't come up. If I just put Zephyr in, that won't come up. Yamanin. Yamanin Zephyr. I like her hair, first off. Oh, I can't even see her outfit! How cruel! Hey! I don't like it when the official renders have them facing away, because I can't see what you're wearing. But she seems somewhat princessy. I don't know how different this is from her current design, but it seems like it might be mostly similar. Her big pigtails that are sort of lower on her head do add something nice to her silhouette, as does this sort of flowing... Oh, are these coming off of her sleeves, maybe? Those elements are good for her silhouette. Seems like it may have been moved just to be on one sleeve, though, or just to the center of her back, maybe. Wanted to see my outfit? Too bad. Yes, seemingly. Not the cool back pose. The back pose is cool, but I can't see what your outfit is as a result, unfortunately. Color palette is interesting. Blue and red is a good combo, and I do think that you are benefiting from the fact that you are mostly white and black, with then a bit of blue and a little bit less red. The brown, which is reminiscent of her hair color, and then also the horseshoe she has on her upper arms and shoes, does distribute the color nicely throughout her palette. The warm undertone of the yellow also is maybe telling me things about her personality too, because despite the fact that she's wearing a lot of blue, she does feel warm and friendly. She seems maybe a little bit princessy, which is probably coming from the fact that she's got a lot of layers of ruffled fabric. She's got her tall socks. She's got her flats with little ribbons on the toes of them. The little elements on her skirt almost feel like, what do you call them? Like certain windows in churches, or maybe like keyholes, perhaps? I'm interested to know what her background is. I will say the horseshoes on her upper sleeves feel a little bit out of place to me, though. Let's see. Natural Umamusume, similar to a gentle breeze. Her soul is like a gust of wind. Okay, she does come across as gentle. She's got a lot of round shapes to her. Her hair has a lot of nice flow to it, where it feels like it is being picked up by the breeze a little bit. Let's see. Tied in twin tails by large gray metal clips, white bangs, and is windswept. Okay. Red flower-esque decoration on her right ear. Calm, downturned eyes are light yellow. Red ribbon, blue tip, layers, blue pleats. Decorative keyhole-shaped cutouts, okay. On each petal-shaped pleat. Oh, okay, so she's a flower on her ear, and these are meant to be petal-shaped. I feel like they could have made that a little bit clearer. I'm not sure the reading is especially petal-shaped to me right now. Golden diamonds, red choker. Seems like she's got a star motif also. Metal cuff holding them to her upper arms. Light blue leggings, black loafers, white flower. She's idiosyncratic and highly aloof. Okay, interesting. Do we have any trivia here about her outfit? The Emperor of Miles. Okay. Mateo. Okay. Interesting. Zephyr's the god of west wind in ancient Greece. Comes from Shiseido's perfume brand, which his owner's wife has. Kind of associate the name with the famous, in quotes, exotic Romani bride trope, and that makes me slightly uncomfortable with those elements below, but that's mostly me. I recognize that's me. The name. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Her blue gloves throw me off. Does she have blue gloves on? I can't even see her hands in that render. Does she have blue gloves? She might not. She might just have her hands out. Or are you on somebody different? I would say that I feel like this design may have benefited from being a little bit more pastel in its color palette if we're trying to make her feel easy and breezy and a little bit more relaxed. Because I think the blue is a bit more saturated than what would be beneficial for conveying that to an audience. Same thing with the red. We could have given her a really nice, cute pastel blue, pastel like red or pink and like cream palette. But I mean, it's okay. I don't know if it's enough of a gripe to say that her design isn't effective in conveying her personality to me. And I guess the florals may also be relating to the perfume angle too, because florals are common notes in perfumes, right? Right? I don't wear perfume, so I don't quite know. But I think so. This is Yuki no Bijin. Iwate's naive beauty. Another Uma who is little. Wait. I've never seen her in her racewear? Why did I think her primary color was gonna be pink? I thought she was gonna be pink. Because in this outfit, she's got a pink bow on her ear with lace. I thought she was gonna be more pink and like princess-y. But the lace isn't really distributed all that much, although I guess she's got a little bit on her sleeves. She's got some ruffles in her design. This is not what I was expecting at all. Maybe confusing her with Nishino Flower? No. No, I know her. I know who she is. I guess they did make her blue to make her less likely to be confused with Nishino Flower, but interesting. She's a country bumpkin in the big city. Huh. She is very round and friend-shaped, although she does have some sharper edges to her clothing. She's got floral motifs on her clothing, which are nice and specific. It almost feels like Dutch painting. What is the background for those flowers, I wonder? Because maybe the blue is also making me think of Dutch aesthetics too. Why does her ear decoration change from pink to red? I don't know. Her head is very focal in her design. And I can read it very clearly. I want to know what's going on with her. Hang on. Real city girl, hardworking girl from the country. Sorry to be a cosmopolitan girl and compete in the Twinkle series. Rural northern upbringing makes her sincere. Okay. Simplistic country bumpkin personality. I don't know if this outfit is simplistic country bumpkin. I don't know if I'm getting simplistic country bumpkin. I'm getting German rich girl with going to private school from this design, more so. I guess maybe they're putting the florals in to be like, oh, she's from the country where they do farming. But I don't think I'm getting country bumpkin from this, if that's what they want. Fancy country bumpkin? I wouldn't even go that far. I know southern girlies who are from the country. Yeah, it's surprisingly like European in the way that the flowers are styled. I don't know. How odd. Where's a white headband with 2 white earmuffs to boot? Left muff has a pink lace pattern. Pink lace is now red. Around her neck is a white choker with a snowflake charm. I'm gonna guess the place she's from is probably cold. Wears white long sleeve dress with blue accents, simple florals. Fashion with 2 rows of brown buttons at the center. On the top of either sleeve is blue bands. White gloves. Around her waist is a brown belt with gold accents. Blue chevrons. Pleated. Okay. X-shaped laces. Boots' top edges are folded inwards with a cream knitted pattern on the inside. I do think the cream is a little bit weird on her boots because we don't see that cream anywhere else in the design. So it is odd that it's only appearing in one spot because this is cable knit. Give me a little more cable knit somewhere else. The cable knitting might have helped us to associate her more with the country. I know that Japan is considered the country area for a lot of the country. That's fair. I don't know. It reminds me of old European painted porcelain, I guess. I believe it's from her name, Snow Beauty. Oh, that is what her name means, isn't it? I didn't even think about that. Yuki is snow. Thank you for the supa also, Dal. That is a good tidbit. She's from Hokkaido. Is that where Iwate is? Is that in Hokkaido? If that's the case, I wish her design felt like it was a little bit fluffier and warmer maybe as a result. Giving cottagecore private school girl. Yeah, a little bit. I feel like this is not fitting for her personality, unfortunately. Although maybe, I wonder, because in my Snomiku research, actually, I don't think so. I was gonna say, in my Snomiku research, I've looked at a lot of Ainu pattern work, but that doesn't look like it either. Although that may be where the particular shade of blue is coming from, because her jockey silks aren't actually really that color blue either. Patterns and colors remind me of a style of pottery ornaments. Yeah. There's a lot more yellow in the jockey silks, where yellow is the more predominant color, but they seem to have gone for mostly blue here. How odd. Let me see if there's anything. No, there's no special information about her. Although, wait, hang on. Does that say Toho? Oh no, Tohoku. I thought it said Toho. I was gonna be like, that's crazy. Looks more Scandinavian, the embroidery. I was thinking German, but could be any of those things. I think her design is cute, but I don't know if it makes sense for her all that much. I don't know. We could have definitely had something that was more unique. I feel like we could have used the knit elements more effectively, and we could have made her feel like she's like comfy and cozy, all bundled up, because that would relate her back to where she's from a little bit better, maybe. I don't know. Her support card art, also her original design, were more warm and cozy, maybe less readable as racewear. Okay, but oh, look, she is so cozy. Oh my god, she's wearing ice skates. This wouldn't make any sense. She can't run in ice skates, but she is very comfy cozy in this design. This is a lot more simplified. I feel like this outfit is not very memorable, unfortunately. It's not super tailored to her. But I do wish we kept some of like the fluffy elements. Give her a scarf back or something. I don't know. To be honest, a country bumpkin could be a privileged rich girl. That's true. Privileged witch girl? Man, I should really enunciate better. Whoops. She's okay. That's where I'll put her. Zeno Rob Roy. Another really short Uma. Another Uma who's very short, who I didn't realize quite how short she was. She's so Scottish. She's so Scottish! Look at her! With her tartan, or tarlatan, and she's got her socks with little tassels coming out of the sides of them, her little buckles on it, her little green hat. She's very cute. Although, having said this, again, I feel like she's another Uma whose headwear was designed in a vacuum, isolated from the rest of her clothing, because her ear accessory is white with little blue stars and it looks floral. She has no blue in the rest of her design. Why are these not green and white? She also barely has any white throughout her design in general. Why are her hair accessories not the same warm white that her socks and the trim under her dresses? Because they're a cool white, so they feel like they're a little bit at odds with it to me. Rob Roy looks like a bunny, you can't convince me. I know, her ears are really big. I saw people making jokes that she's secretly a zebra. Doesn't she have a great sword? Got a claymore. Whoa. Named after a Scottish outlaw / folk hero, which explains the outfit. Yeah. Pulls a sword in her ult. She is cute, but I don't know.
In the most stereotypical Scottish accent, I look at her. She's a right proper lassie from the Highlands who's best friends with Nessie.
I'm glad we have Scottish approval direct from Gary, who's speaking on behalf of Selma. I'm glad we have the approval. The color design for this one just bugs me. The fact that we didn't use the same warm whites that are in her socks, her shoe. Oh, hang on, can you hear the wee-woo? Wee-woo, 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 wee-woo. Can you hear it? It's really loud. It's really loud. Could you hear it? It's gone now. Ah, Doppler effect. But we could have used the warm whites for her hair accessories, and we could have used this green in her hair accessories also. And the fact that her hair is almost a purple undertone with the rest of this outfit makes it feel kind of out of place. Sure you're not on the island? On what island? What island? What do you mean? Huh? What island am I on? No. Didn't hear it? Okay, I'm glad you didn't have to hear wee-woo. It was really loud, though. I'm surprised you didn't hear it. There was a wee-woo at the same time over here. Oh, Selma, turns out I'm your neighbor, and you don't know it yet. Turns out I've been lying to all of you about where I live and where I'm from for years, and this is how you find out. The island known as Greater Britain. But her outfit, I think, is very distinct, and I do appreciate that they're taking, you know, a different approach to her. There's interesting pattern work. I just don't like the disconnect between her hair and her head accessories with the rest of her outfit. I don't know. We could have used her hat as her accessory that denotes ear and therefore gender, right? I feel like we could have. I feel like it's a missed opportunity. But she is unique and she is memorable. So I'm giving her points for that. Although her skirt is maybe a little bit too focal at the bottom. Maybe I actually do move her down. Sorry, I might have to actually put her in the meh area, because the longer I look at her, this is the focal point for me. It's just so exaggerated and it's so saturated. There's some disconnect in the color palette. I'm being very harsh on Umamusume designs. A lot of the things I'm sticking characters in the meh category for with Umamusume, I would have totally passed another series. I would have put them in the thumbs up. But if I wasn't harsher with Umamusume, there'd be no variety in this tier list, because there already is almost none. We only have 8 characters whose designs don't work for me, and 2 psychic damages who are barely even psychic damage inducing. I have to be a little bit more strict, just a little bit. Copano Ricky is next. Hot mess girly. Yeah. Hang on. Wait, I just wanted to read, hang on. Do they have any little notes for her? Yeah. Scottish folktale hero. Anything down here? She's appearing as a chip in a mahjong game. Okay. Okay, nope, that's it. They didn't have any sneak peeks about the design. That's okay. Capano Ricky. Let me spell it correctly. Hello! Wow, she's loud! Oh my gosh, she's so loud. She's so brightly colored! Oh my gosh! She's so brightly colored. But again, this feels like an outfit that is mostly intending to be an idol style outfit. I do surprisingly enjoy the color balance here, where the yellow is definitely the predominant color, the red is the secondary color. We've got a little bit of white, so it's not as overwhelming as it could be. I don't understand the ear accessories though. Does the IRL horse wear black as a head cover? As an ear cover? Are there more pictures of the horse? No. Why is one of her ears, whoops, black? Hello, Xenobrobori. We just looked at you. Come on, come back. Lucky charm that brings victory. For consistency in the palette, they could have gone with black instead of white in a couple of these areas, and that may have made her design feel less intensely colored. It's supposed to be feng shui. I have heard that she does like feng shui, but I have to admit, I don't know if I know enough about feng shui to understand what the references to that are in her design. Does it have to do with the color choices? Also, thank you for the supa again. I appreciate it, very kind. What are those shoes? They are very wild, the way that they are shaped. Let me read her notes to see if they tell me. Adopted feng shui, not just in her daily life, but also while training. Wants to make everyone happy with her feng shui power. Her advice for bringing good fortune. I hope she and Matikane Fukukitaru get along. Louder chant that falls past her shoulders. Large hoge. 2 round buns. 2 round buns? Oh, she does have buns, okay. Right ear covers yellow diagonal stripe. The base ear covers, Bagua. Oh, it's a Bagua octagon? Is it really? Hang on. Where is that? Where's the Bagua octagon? I know what that is. I know what Bagua octagons are. What? Hang on. The base of her ear cover is a Bagua octagon. Oh, I can't see it. It's in perspective. If I would have seen that, I would have known. I know what that is. Yellow is earth, red is fire. Yeah. Don't know what that has to do with her as a horse person. Don't know, but I appreciate that they gave her a layer to her design that is informing it. It makes her concept of more depth for me. Eyes are bright pink, fang on the left side, full of ruffles, layered off the shoulder dress, sweetheart cut, red trim neckline, 2 large 4-petaled flowers, both being white with red outer petals, triple layers, wears patterned light blue bloomers, red rope heading to a ribbon, yellow sleeves are detached from her dress, frilly bell sleeves, fingerless gloves, octagonal holes at the back, blue pearl bracelet, boots have frill that makes a heart shape, which I think is trying to replicate the fact that she's wearing a sweetheart neckline, so they're trying to have some sort of repeated motif in that way. Interesting. Oh, she's Espar City's roommate? I didn't know that. Interesting. Super strong dirt Uma designed by her owner, who's an expert in feng shui. Oh, her owner's an expert in feng shui. That makes sense. Okay, she's from 2024. I kind of love her. You guys were saying she's a mess. Is she a mess in her personality? She seems like she is very optimistic and outgoing and friendly. Her dress is kind of distracting, but I love how unique she feels in her color palette. I feel like we don't have another Uma who is abundantly yellow in their colors. I feel like we could have pushed the feng shui elements maybe a little bit more in her outfit if we're making references to it. But then again, I also don't know what they are particularly. Maybe, and I feel like maybe we could have added some gradients that could have made it feel less overwhelming. But I think that this is going to be a surprisingly memorable one for me. I'm unfamiliar with her, and I think I won't forget her now. Potentially. Yes, we do. Flowers are very yellow too. Flowers? Huh? Oh, do you mean Nishino flowers? Hers is very yellow, but hers is a little bit more pastel, right? I think of Nishino flower also as being more pink too, though, but I think pink is her secondary color, maybe. Makes sense that she's with Espar City as they're both dirt racers. Yeah! Yeah! I want Espar City to come to global. Man, do I just have I like the dirt racers. They're cool. Symboli. Chris S. Her crop top has always been funny to me. I don't know if I've ever understood why she's wearing a crop top, because again, she's in the Symboli family, and a lot of them do have military references in their clothing as a result. So she's got her pauldron on, she's got a mini capelet, she's wearing that green color again, as most of the family seems to share. She's got military double-breasted buttons on her shorts, tall boots. The way that her hair splits adds something interesting to her color palette. She's got a cross as an ear accessory, which is kind of interesting. Miss brings a sniper rifle to a race. Hey, listen, Taiki Shuttle brought 2-hole pistols to a race, 2-hole revolvers, so apparently you can bring whatever you want. I don't know. Why is her jacket length cut? I don't know. It is asymmetrical. But I feel like it's kind of fun. If it was like long in the back and short in the front, or short in the front, long in the back, that could also be an interesting way of doing it, but I feel like it's just that it's diagonal, perhaps. Or maybe the tail splits into a shorter section and a longer section? I think they were yearning for more asymmetry in her design. I don't know. Rice has a knife, it's fine. Yeah, they're allowed weapons. We just talked about Zeno Rob Roy having a whole claymore. It's fine. Jacket is cut as a reference to Fashion Week thing that happened around the time of a race she was in. Oh, interesting. Oh. I'm intrigued by just how many of these designs have something that's related to a particular fashion event or a designer, which I guess makes sense. We're trying to make them stylish and idol-like, and, you know, if we're plugged into the culture going on at the time as to when the design was made, works. But, yeah, I don't know. For me, her head is somewhat focal, but I end up getting distracted by her torso because there's just so much more detail, and the white has a lot of contrast because it's only really appearing there. Split literally the middle, it's distracting. Looks like her jacket was measured wrong. I mean, I can see that also, but if it is a reference to something particular, it can go both ways, where that's cool that it's referencing something, but at the same time, viewers who are unaware, or even viewers who are aware, may still be bothered by it. Yeah, interesting reference, jacket is still distracting. Foreign-born, taciturn missionary. A motionless foreign exchange student. Again, as I said before, I have never understood why she's wearing a crop top. She is supposed to be, like, very cold and hard to read. She's very stoic looking. I feel like the crop top makes her feel not as serious for the fact that she is wearing clothing that is otherwise, like, inspired by General's clothing? I don't know. It's odd that she's wearing it. I don't understand. Do they have any details about it here? Lone blue leaf pin, a laurel, which is representative of authority usually. Ornament pendant with a sharp, mysterious object. Dark green and gold. Yeah, a warm skin tone, which is noted to be rare among Umamusume. Weird of them to say that. but it is rare among this cast, I will say. The Umas are usually real pale. They're usually pretty dang pale. I think it's a design trope giving tan skin tone characters crop tops. Wait, hang on, you might be onto something, because now that I think about it, the only other Umas who have really any color to them at all, I think also are wearing crop tops, because this girlie has it too. She also has a crop top. Huh. Interesting. Have you seen her and Gimlet defuse a bomb? Peek. Oh god, I can only imagine what that must be like. I have not seen that, no. Not many tan Umas. Is Hishi Amazon the only other one? Yeah, and she also has a crop top on, if I remember correctly. Her tummy is also out. Little suspicious there. Yeah, as Amber's saying. Interesting. Oh, it's the VAs that played a game together? Oh, okay. I thought you meant like in, like maybe they have like a, not a cutscene, but like one of those things in the game where you can see them talking to each other where they were talking about it. Rigantona doesn't have a crop top, but she isn't playable. I guess, but Rigantona also has some little bits of stereotypes going on with her as well on the way they've designed her, so don't know. Wears her in black, blending into the night, appearing like a shadow. She wears a cropped military jacket with a refined bow. Black gloves for efficiency, leaving no prints, no trace. Oh boy. Sleek inner layer. Light, sharp, and low cut. Function first. That crop top is not functional. I will not hear it otherwise. Practical shorts, clean, polished aligned buttons. Purpose of the belt is to be a mystery, to make it look cool. Okay. No reason offered, none needed for her thigh strap. Knee-high boots, navy, built for the train of battle. Every movement calculated, no wasted effort, just results. Interesting description. I disagree with some of it for the outfit. Yeah. Games is a YouTube channel where the VAs play games in character. I've seen my own Top Gun play a couple of games, or her VA at least. Are there any sneak peeks? No. No other details there. Yeah, I don't know. The weird thing with her crop top is enough for me to put her in meh. It feels like it's not as practical and functional as it should be. And if she is somebody who is all about practicality, efficiency, getting things done like that, I feel like, I guess I get that in some ways, but I feel like pants would have made more sense, and a long shirt. The gloves work, the tall boots work, her ponytail I think makes sense, but I don't know, I feel like I would have handled her a little bit differently. Ah, Vodka's father. Tamino. Oh. Gimlet? How do you spell? How do you spell her name? How do you spell her name? How do you spell her first name? That's what I'm spelling it, didn't you? What? Wait. Okay, she didn't come up, but she came up anyway. It wasn't like auto-filling it, so I was like, this can't be right. So, look at this Uma. Look the way this Uma looks right now. Edgy, mysterious, one eye covered by an eye patch, some teals and golds, a wine red hair color. The hairstyle does make her feel like she is related to Vodka, effectively, because they both have short hair with similar positioning for the whatchamacallit, the blaze. Yeah, she's got a very chuny eye patch, but if I remember correctly, the real horse suffered from eye infections, right? Was that what it was? Destroying God. Yes, you can, I think, buy bits of fence encased in resin that were destroyed by the real horse. The real horse got an eye infection, gave it what's known as an evil eye. Oh boy, yeah, hates fences. So, look at her here. She's a little bit chuny. She seems a little bit edgy. She feels a little bit mysterious, a little bit dark, right? There's another one where I feel like the hair color doesn't match with what the rest of the outfit is in a weird way. I get that they have to use the teal and yellow, but I'm surprised they didn't go for like redder undertones in some areas. The theme song is metal. Yeah. And at that, I thought she'd be a little bit more metal themed, but I'm wondering, I can't help but wonder if she is meant to be styled after, I don't know what the genre is called, someone might have to help me, but there's like a genre of metal bands in Japan that are, or yeah, maybe they're punk or metal, where they are sort of influenced by still like school style clothing. She does feel punk, and I'm wondering if that is what they were going for with the inspiration for her clothing. I don't know. I feel like she'd rock in a messy suit. Yeah, a messy suit, or like, I feel like we could have made her more punk. I don't know, looks like a punk idol. Yeah, she does look more like an idol than she does like a traditional punk. She does look like a performer. Only style of J-metal I know is Visual Kei. And that's not what this is. That's not what this is. I would say not it. But like, style of jacket being slightly military inspired, her tall boots. I don't know. She's the reason why Vodka would want a motorcycle. I could see her enjoying a motorcycle, but I don't know if she's gonna be riding a motorcycle in this outfit though. Cause like think of me Yankee. I don't know that one. I don't know if that's what I was thinking of, but I don't know. Get to stay gold. Might be better to use the description from the fandom wiki version. Has a lot of design decision detail. Good to know. I'm curious as to what they were going for with her, because I think they are trying to make her chuny. She's got a unique aesthetic and acts in accordance with it. Get drunk on her aesthetic. Peaky aesthetic god of his destruction. What a phrase. Okay. Talent. Vodka looks at her with a sparkle in her eye. God of destruction. Short crimson hair, single bright stripe. Small patch of gold. Golden white fixed to her ear. Sleeveless undershirt with a flared collar. I mean, I think we get a decent understanding of her personality from it. It was a little odd. Arrow-shaped drool, fishnets. Habit of kicking down fences is based on real-life counterpart. Good to know. She's fine. I feel like her outfit isn't quite as memorable as Vodka's is, but I don't know if I inherently have much issue with it. I just would have thought that she would have something that's a little bit harsher. Or just like a little bit more punk, maybe a little bit more tattered, torn up. Because I feel like that would have leaned further into the chuny aesthetic maybe, but I guess that they are still trying to make her properly presentable as an idol or as a performer maybe. She's a performer, perhaps. Better to use the description from the fandom wiki version. Has a lot more design decision detail. Yeah, we'll get there maybe. Who's next? We still have so many left to go though. I don't know who you are. Does she have her bangs pulled back or are they just sort of flipping up? Tsurumaru Tsuyoshi. I have never heard this name before. Oh, did I spell it wrong? Oh, Tsuru, not Tsuyu. Tsurumaru Tsuyoshi. It's Bali Rudolph's kid. Another Rudolph kid! Okay. Interesting. Oh, again, I can't see what she's wearing. How could you, girl? So it seems like she's wearing shorts with... Oh, okay, this seems like it's probably exactly the same outfit, so we'll just look at this. This is a fun silhouette to it, with the way that the sort of vest element is splitting around her tail and around her back. Her sleeves, which are only on the top sides of her arms, are interesting, and the cording is too. The color palette's fun as well. Pink, purple, and red. Her head ends up being somewhat focal, because there's not much brown in her design, but I will say her top being so dark is kind of distracting. It's framed by so many color elements, and it's so dark that my eyes do kind of end up centering in on that. Oh no. She's a 2-star. Interesting. I feel like I can almost tell from the level of detail they gave her. She doesn't feel as designed up as the others, but honestly, I feel like there's something benefiting her from the simplicity. I wish she maybe had another layer to her concept that we could use in like the aesthetic, but the repetition of zigzag shapes on her thigh is sort of repeated in the way that we're sort of crossing her socks or maybe the cuff of her shoe over on itself. The diamonds feel like they make sense with it. She's got a little wave-shaped hair clip too. Works. Part of the Golden Generation Special Week. What is this outfit supposed to be? Don't know. What is it supposed to be? It seems like it is inspired in some ways by traditional fashion, at least in the sleeves, but she does have a taller, more military maybe style collar, like a boat captain might wear. It is a little bit odd. Let me see what they were going for with her. Let's see what the intention was. Her dream is to win the Triple Crown. Okay. Positive, enthusiastic. Her body struggled to keep up with her mind. Oh no. Runs as hard as she can. Okay. Short brown bob cut. Red zigzag hair ornament. Hair clip with a yellow circle with gray wings. Racing uniform, multicolored black, red. This coat, trickle trim. With gold corded rope. High neck top, triangle shape cut out at the neckline. Pink corset-like piece. White shorts. Zigzag engravings. Purple trim. Red compression sleeves. Little zigzag shaped belt. Heeled sandals with golden vamps. Oh, I was hoping they'd tell me what the character on her sleeve says. What does her sleeve say? Children's Special Weeks chapter and main story. Okay. I mean, I guess that would make sense since... Well, actually, never mind. That would make sense for Teo since they're kind of siblings, but not really. I guess they don't really worry about that too much. I want to know what her sleeves say, because they say something, but I'm not familiar with kanji or anything like that. Why is it that all the Umu children look up to their other universe IRL parents? Because it's something that assists in story writing. They can't make them actually related in the storyline, because it would get kind of confusing as far as age goes. Like, Maruzensky raced in the 70s compared to others who were racing in the 2000s all the way up until now. So I think the way they just try and make it make sense is that, you know, they look up to them because they were their parent somewhere else, but they kind of can't be their parent now. Don't know, just noticed that her personality is being almost dead ill most of the time. Oh no. Huh. Third longest Umamusume to be implemented in the game? With over 1,000 days between her announcement and implementation. The first one is Biko Pegasus, who took, oh my god, 2,400 days to be implemented? That's crazy. Wow, okay. That is a while. So it seems like the racing silks were probably purple and yellow. And pink. Okay, so that's what the color palette is. I don't know. I don't think that there's too much wrong with the design, but I don't know. I guess if she's ill all the time, I don't know if we're really getting that from her design. I think we're getting more of the end of her concept that is towards the part of being outgoing and excited and hardworking and never wanting to give up. So she's got bright colors and she seems like she's very excitable and she's given it her all. So I don't know if we necessarily need to see the illness angle in her design. But I don't know, I feel like there's still something missing from her, but she's very clean. She feels like an NPC to me though, so I might have to put her in the meh category, but she's 2-star again also. Next is Daichi Ruby. I know who that is. I know who Daichi Ruby is. I've spelled her name wrong. There's more I's than I think there are in her name. There we go. Just like me, unusual quantity of I's. Likes to shout, which makes her cough a lot. No, girl, take care of yourself. So, this is Daichi Ruby. One of my complaints that I have about Umamusume is lack of variety of hair texture. But that's a complaint I would make about probably every gacha game character ever. Pretty much everyone has like poker straight hair in most places. In Umamusume, we do get a little bit of like wavy curls, but the fact that she has like spiral ringlet curls in the front of her head is so good. It makes her face more memorable to me, and it makes her feel more princessy, because her outfit does feel sort of noble. She's got gold trim, she's got a lot of layers to her clothing. She feels like the heiress to a small fortune, or like her granddad is the head of state. Because she's wearing formal clothing. She's got a collar on, she's got a cravat on, a little Mary Jane shoes, just Japanese design taste. Could be, but the thing I would complain about in her design is that I really wish she had these ringlet curls on the back of her head too. I really feel like that would be so nice for her silhouette. Her big bow on the back of her head does add something nice to her silhouette, but I really wish she had the spiral curls in the back of her head too. So she's got a little bit of repeating floral motif, because I think the ruffles around her collar are meant to be floral-esque in their shape, and she's got roses as a pattern on one of her layers in here. She's supposed to be a little bit noble looking. Brilliant young lady, which makes sense. Victory is a must, and Umamusume of a brilliant family. We can see that. Daughter of a noble family that's well known around the world. Tries to behave in a noble manner. I can see all those things. She's solemn words and actions, which give the impression of being somewhat unapproachable. She is dressed in purple, which is a color we associate with status, and her clothing is very prim and proper and neat. It's perfectly symmetrical, so that would probably lean into the angle of her feeling unapproachable. Her silhouette is really good because her dress is much longer and goes really wide when she runs. Oh, you're right, her dress is much longer than a lot of the others. A lot of the Umas have skirts that cut off around mid-thigh, but hers goes along her knees. You're right, that probably does help her silhouette a good bit. Let's see, do we have any other notes I'm missing here? Blunt bangs, arrangement of roses. She's got a string of pearls connected to either end, which does feel rather classy. She's got a large bow, which does emphasize her being young and little and small. Brilliant young lady. String of small pearls, gold diamonds, consists of 3 layers, one with a floral decor. Red lines, pretty light. On her legs, she wears 2 white leggings, 2 black buckled shoes adorned with roses. Okay. Repeating motif, roses. Very talented musician and practices the violin daily. You know what? She does look like a rich girly who would play the violin. I could see it. Interesting. She's got a dog. Okay. Real life last crop was not born to Daichi Ruby, but for Safi. Oh, there's things going on with dogs right now in here, but for the sake of moving quickly, I love her. I think her design is another one of my favorites. It's so clean. It's so simple and clean. It's not over detailed, but the details that are present make her feel very specific. And she's very recognizable from her hairstyle. Her face is surprisingly focal because it's framed really nicely by her dark hair and her dark clothing. I think I get a very good read of her concept. I'm a fan. Some horses have companion dogs. I wonder if that's what it was. Was Daring Tack next? Yes. Also, I've been holding a peanut butter M&M in my hand for like 5 minutes and it melted. So if you needed that on your bingo, got you. Wait, no. Daring Tack is... False. You doubt me? This is not the same Uma. This is a different Uma. Daring Tack's not playable? Wait, is Daring Tack not playable? Oh, this is Daring Heart I have up anyway. Is she even an option? No, here she is. Okay. I was like, wait, this can't be right. Getting mildly confused. Wait, so she's not even playable in Japan yet she's still on the tier list. That's interesting. Daring Heart is only not playable. Oh, wait, neither Daring is playable? Wild. Yeah, I'm gonna have my melted snack. Hang on. Oh, that was a peanut M&M that didn't contain any peanut. Interesting. I've been ripped off. I will have a word with Mr. M&M himself, and I will tell him off for his transgressions against me. I need my tiny little sliver of protein that comes from the single peanut they place in their M&Ms. It's an important part of my nutrients for the day. Daring Tact. Pure white tiara. Wow, she is light and bright. This feels like it could be a Snomiku design. Triple tiara winner, Daring Tact. That's why I'm familiar with her, is because she is a triple tiara winner. Or at least I've heard of her for that reason. I'm surprised they didn't give her a tiara, because one of the reasons they didn't give another Uma a crown or a tiara was because she hadn't won G1s or something? I don't know. She's been in the game and etc., but she isn't released yet. But also Almond Eye was revealed the same time as her and only released now. So I imagine she probably will become playable soon then. Her color palette is surprisingly more engaging than I initially would think it is, because she has more than one color undertone of blue. She's got these nice subtle pastel gradients in her clothing that makes it feel almost like snow. And then instead of using black in her design, they use brown. So her gloves are brown, her stockings are brown, and her belts are brown. I'm gonna guess that she has the 3 little stars in her hair to relate to her triple tiara win. And then they also made her little blaze a star as well. So star motif. I wonder what that is about. Does she something to do with the night sky, maybe? This feels like a Snomiku design. Cheerful, polite, and strong-minded, who grew up in the harsh but beautiful wilderness. Interesting. Seen heading off into the mountains with her senior Daring Heart. Interesting. Windswept bangs. Small white star blaze, fluffy pony. Oh, she's got a ponytail. That doesn't really read as a ponytail. Okay, reads as a bob. Blue insides that don't reach the tips. 3 golden 4-pointed stars, bright turquoise eyes, white diamond-shaped highlight. Light toned appearance, mostly white outfit with blue accents. I guess she is probably from somewhere. By wilderness, they mean somewhere in the mountains. And in the mountains, it's probably very cold. First Uma who got announced while the real-life counterpart was still active. Second being Forever Young. Oh, interesting. Still not playable, making it 1,200 days since her initial announcement. This record, though, is nowhere close to Biko Pegasus. Also unconfirmed if she's a part of Team Rigel. Okay. Okay, demure wild girl. Yeah, I guess she is just a demure wild girl. Her clothing being abundantly white is not bothering me as much as I might have thought it would, because there is a nice gradient to it, although there is some clarity issues in some places. She's also quite a bit symmetrical, but for somebody who seems to be, I think they described her as serious? Is that what that said? That might make sense though. Cheerful, polite, and strong-minded. I mean, she seems friendly enough, but I don't know if cheerful is really coming across all the way. Not crazy enough for a triple tiara. Yeah, I feel like maybe she is not as designed up as I might expect from an Uma who is so accomplished. But not every design has to be super over the top, though. The real horse got a lot of hate because people think she didn't deserve the triple tiara. She got hers in 2020. Why do they think she didn't deserve it? She got it. She did it. She received it. Doesn't matter if she deserved it or not, she achieved it. And we shouldn't, like, talk down on her for that. Why is that? Hoko Tarume is next. I was looking for her for ages. Yeah, I don't know who that is either. I've never heard some of these names, but her hat's cute. Age. Hoko Tarume. I think 2020, a lot of horses couldn't participate. Oh, because of COVID. I wonder if that was impacting it. That's interesting. Hoko Tarume, the star of Tomakomai. I like the use of pattern work in her clothing, and her hat is very cute. She does have a little bit of a star motif, but it feels like it's less than the previous girl. This is odd. This feels very much just to be an idol-style outfit. Her braids are good for her silhouette, but I don't really know if her clothing is adding much interest to her silhouette, though, unfortunately. A lot of jockeys and horses could come to the races. Also, the stadiums were empty. That's got to be rough in general, but she won the race, and that's what matters. She won. So she gets it. She gets the triple tiara. She won. We don't say that about other years. I'm sure swine flu did a number on horse racing in some places or other things. We don't take those accomplishments away from those horses. Perhaps. I don't know. There's also a Triple Crown winner at that race. Oh, so if she beat another Triple Crown winner, deserved. I don't know. Got another Triple Crown winner and Triple Tiara winner the same year in 2020 that year. Interesting. Okay. So then I think it means deserved if she was able to beat them in that race. People need to leave them alone. So, this design. The color work is interesting. She's got teal and purple and orange and a different blue and red and yellow and black and brown. Her shoes have almost all of those colors in them, but again, I don't understand why we'll have one color that appears in only one place. Her hair accessory having orange in it makes me surprised that there's not another element in her, like, main part of her clothing that's got some orange somewhere. It's just not distributed all that well, unfortunately. I think not being able to find her for 5 minutes should count as a negative. No. Her design is meant to be more of a tourist/guide. Okay, I guess I can see that with the hat maybe, but I would love to know what their explanation for that is. A local idol. Okay, she does look like an idol. She's the Minister of Tourism. Going through trial and error, she can use running and lives to promote, her town. Being a little too serious is one of her weaknesses. She does not look like she's somebody who is that serious. Her design feels very cutesy and friendly. She does not come across as serious. 2 twin tails, purple eyes display her cheerful demeanor, white cap atop her head. Tracing outfit first to the Hoko Racing Silk, which consists of a white and red blazer-style jacket with a matching skirt. The binding section is decorated by red trim. Short sleeve, slightly oversized blazer. White socks and uniform, each decorated with a gold star in the center. I guess we just don't have an art book, volume 3 or later maybe, that describes some of the Umos who were released later. I don't know if her design is doing a great job conveying her personality, and the color design is a little weird for me. If it were not for her braids, I also wouldn't be able to differentiate her from probably Special Week and or maybe also Tokai Teo, maybe also Silent Suzuka. Like, the really only discerning feature about her from her silhouette is her hair. I really like her hat, though. It's giving serious in a way that tour guides are, though. I guess tour guides are serious while also friendly at the same time. The real horse was a mascot for his hometown. That makes sense. But I don't know. I don't know if her attire reads as like that professional, though. I wonder if she is an Uma. Granted, I don't know if it'd be valid to run in something like that, but I feel like maybe like a pencil style skirt or something that's closer to the body might have worked. That's her tail, not the big tip of her hair. You know, I know. The end of her hair is disappearing behind her arms and her body. I'm kind of losing them. KS Miracle. Oh, I know KS Miracle. KS Miracle, I believe, has some pretty significant misfortune in the life of the real horse. I'm not sure what it is entirely, but I know that the way that you're supposed to refer to her, the part of her name you use, is based on that in some capacity. I don't know if this was that she was mistreated or something, but this horse had a very rough life from what I know of her. I'm gonna guess that she might be a 2-star. Ruby and Helios's third wheel. Oh. Okay, I see. She is a little bit princely in her attire. Her hair is pulled over to one side and is very close to her head. She's wearing long, tight pants. She looks like she's dressed in a way that more like masculine idols are dressed or like male idols are dressed in Japan. Or in, like, idol games, like N-stars. She is a 3-star, okay. She feels like she's not as designed up as some of the others are, but it does seem like, you know, when we looked at Daring Tact, she also was a little bit more simplified. 3-star, I have her in Japanese version, okay. Interesting. She is black, white, and metal in a color, in a way that I feel like is getting into that area of Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, name gacha game here. Because there's not a variety of undertone happening. It's all this exact same blue. And while we could argue that the gold is yellow and therefore is not the metal, I'm disinterested by the color palette. Her silhouette, despite wearing pants, is not that different from others because everyone has skirts that are vaguely this length, but at least it's asymmetrical. It seems like it's longer in the back and shorter in the front. Tried searching her IRL lore, but the stupid Google overview gave me the life story of a sick child instead. Okay. You can disable that. There's a, I don't know if it's a script, but there's a plugin you can use to disable the overview, because that's what I use, perhaps. But let's see if there's anything more to why she was designed this way. Miraculous sign of gratitude, a kind and gentle Umamusume. I can see that. I mean, all of the shapes in her design sort of cascade downwards. Her eyes are not super wide, so you just feel very calm. Blue is a calming color sometimes. She's got a gentle presence. Her hair flows gracefully down. A single long strand falls sharply, adorned by a metallic blue ornament. Tranquil shade of blue. Long bluish gentleman's jacket. Gold trims beneath the jacket. Fitted deep blue shirt adorned with delicate jewelry piece. Clasps 2 elegant gold links. I feel like I can't actually see some of that, unfortunately, from the way she's posed. Footwear is asymmetrical. Blue racing heels. On the left, her heels envelop her pant leg entirely. Wait, what? Oh, wait, that is funny. Her boot is on the outside on one side. Oh, wait, still streaming. Is it not Jimmy dinner time? I didn't realize it was after 6. I totally did not pay attention to the time. Whoops. Whoopsie. Thank you, Ryuku Time Check. Good God. I'm so used to 4-hour streams that if it hasn't felt like 4 hours, I'm not used to it ending. Oh, no. Hang on, let me place her. There's so many left. There's still so many left. I feel like I didn't actually make that much headway today, unfortunately. This design's kind of meh for me, though. I don't know. Whole situation of shipping both IRL and an Uma? Majora Palmer and Helios Daichi Ruby. Miracle. Interesting, okay. Thought Angie was doing this as the last one. Perhaps. There's definitely a part 4, but now I'm afraid there's gonna be a part 5. Man, my Wednesdays being my shortened days is maybe not a smart idea. If I'm gonna shorten a day, maybe my Fridays should be 3 hours as opposed to my Wednesdays, because only having 3 hours on Wednesdays, that means the amount of time I've missed now from not having that extra hour over across 3 streams is an entire extra stream length, and that's why I'm not making as much progress. If I had 4-hour streams, I'd probably be significantly further ahead, so I may have to switch my schedule back for next week. We'll see. We're still adapting and figuring this whole thing out. Might have enough time to review all the extra credit. Oh, see, that does pose another problem then too, because I do other things on Fridays that require all the time. Oh man, I've gotten too used to 4-hour streams, and I kind of need them at this point. It's kind of tough figuring out what to do, because I'm gonna be so honest with you, I can't do that every day. I can't do 4 hours every day anymore, or I won't get my other commission work done. And I kind of have to prioritize that. Oh man, darn. Okay, well, either we shorten Fridays and try and figure that out. I guess we could try and cut the yapping completely for 3-hour streams, but like, streaming's supposed to be fun, and I like yapping, and you guys like listening to me yap. I don't know, our options are, I shut up and focus on Wednesdays, I cut my Fridays, or I don't change anything from how we're doing it right now, and we just have to be okay with the fact that we're gonna be doing tier lists for a long time sometimes. Maybe. Maybe I'll poll about this next week to see how we feel about it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Multiple streams for a topic is fine. I guess so, but at this rate, it's more than a month worth, which is beyond what I want to do. I'm okay with up to 4 streams for tier lists, but I don't really want to take it beyond 4 usually for most series. Beyond a month just is so much. I feel like it's just too repetitive sometimes. Like, I don't mind it, but I you know, it does kind of just take over my channel for a long time, you know? Because we tend to do the same thing every Monday. Wednesdays, or what used to be Thursdays, was the day that had a lot more variation, and, you know, we'd get into something new more often, and then Fridays were just random. Although Fridays right now are pretty consistent. We've been doing Beep of the Lamb every Friday. And maybe people like consistency, but I like worry about consistency sometimes. I worry that it's like stale or something, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. I might just be completely overthinking it, and maybe you guys don't mind at all. Hydrate. Thanks. I will hydrate. I will take a sippy. I also think Jumpy only just got home. Maybe only Uma will torture you with that. I don't think Uma tortures me. I like Uma. I love Umamusume. Umamusume is fun. I say as if I'm going to continue playing the game for the next 4 months. As if I'm not going to take a break. We'll see. I'll think about it. Yeah, most important is if you still want to do it. I don't mind doing it. I don't mind doing it. But I do care about all of your thoughts, though, too, on it. For as much as, like, I don't mind it, it's one of those things where I could go either way about any of those decisions, whether it's I be quiet a little bit more and I try and focus more on Wednesdays, whether I make Wednesdays the full length and make Fridays shorter, or yeah, those things potentially. I don't know. Truly is Uma month. Yeah, it seems like we'll have a full March of Umamusume. Umamusu March. Don't mind it. Yaps are fun? Okay. I'll maybe try not to worry about it. Trek Blizzard's torture. Seen some JP players asking people to give Uma another chance when Grand Live drops. Yeah, that's why I'm scared. I don't want to play that new scenario and have it kill my love for Umamusume. I don't want it to be the reason I quit, so I'm taking a break. I'm gonna play other games and then come back to it, because that's a thing I can do. I've done this before. I'll still probably sign in for my dailies a little bit, but like, I'm not gonna worry about it. Umamusume would have been fun. Oh, if only I had the forethought for that. But I don't want to have to wait all the way until May. Oh, Umamarchsume. And I guess it is Umamarchsume also. But anyways, I gotta go hang up with my Joby. Also, I have to go eat my dinner. But the next time I see you, Friday, we are doing our showcase stream for our Uma OC designs. So if you like Umamusume, you should come see the Uma OCs we designed. The one that's on the extra credit thumbnail that you can see up here, that was my design of Mudsdale if she was an Uma that I made a long time ago. Right now I'm making one for California Chrome. Some of the Shroommates have made ones based on stuffed animal horses, based on a zebra that races, other racing Umas who just aren't in the game. I'm really excited to see. I've almost done mine. She's like in the final stretch. She just needs a little more shading, but I'm so attached to her. So perhaps I'll see you on Friday. But thank you all for hanging out with me today, and as always. Oh, I didn't take roll, but thank you all for being here. Also, YouTube, I can't send you anywhere, so I'm just gonna say goodbye, perhaps. Joining stream at the end? No! But hi! Sorry for timing. The VOD at least will be here, but thank you for coming. Also, I didn't give any of my disclaimers today, which is a real lockout moment of me, but if I missed anything with any of these designs, you're still welcome to tell me in the comments. I've gotten a lot of helpful comments on designs. Bye, YouTube. Bye. Farewell. Bye. Bye.